my brother and my sister got into an argument or something, and she started hitting him, and then she stopped mid beating and realised my mum was in the wrong. So she stopped and looked at my mum, and she like, why did you stop? Beat him.
That's the same beating I'm talking about.
Well, then that is a better story because she said, I remember the line. Why did you stop? Beat him.
She beat me up, boy. She beat us up. She beat us up at least. She beat both of us up at least once. No, we got. You're talking like she beat you up as well. Huh? I'm not gonna remember the time. Yeah, she beat him up to the point where he was on the floor and she was on top of him. You know when they do MMA punching, when they punch you to
pound and ground, fam.
That's what she did say. Listen, my sister was ruthless, you know. I don't know where that came from.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, rodents and other small insects, welcome to episode 38 of the Eloquently Saying Nothing podcast.
Check pussy.
I am Lord and Master, first of his name.
Nah, you can't do it, bro. If you don't watch the Game of Thrones, you can't do it. What you must say is, I am Stavros Boss, first of his name, father of... I can't say your daughter's name.
Bossness.
Of Little Braveheart.
Father of Little Braveheart. First of Hackney. Blah, blah, you have to put everything. Third son of Williams. You have to put them all there. Or second son of Williams.
Yeah, but this is more like Gladiator, isn't it?
Nah, that's Game of Thrones, man.
Yeah,
when they talk about what's her name,
yeah.
He's right. I am Maximus Meridius Didius.
Yeah, he also does that. But when they talk about the Game of Thrones, they do it with, they have to say who they are, if they're the first of their name, like Stannis Baratheon. No, it's not Stannis, sorry. What's his name? Robert Baratheon, first of his name, king of all of the Seven Kingdoms. You have to say what you are of all manners.
Of the house.
Of the house Baratheon.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. I am Stavros Bus. In the room with us tonight, we have Big Wahala.
What's up, people? Big up yourself. Big Wahala's in the building.
We have Simple Simon.
Family from Jamaica got a foreign panto. I don't remember the next
Big
piece.
tune. Damn, I was hoping that you would bring that through, you know.
I don't know the rest of it. All it is to me is always, that's what I ever hear. I know it's Capleton though, innit?
Yeah. Big tune.
I didn't know it was Capleton for years though.
And we have...
There was no slewing in there.
That actor.
What's good, people? Right, when I do this monologue, I ask everybody to close their eyes and pay close attention.
I'm not doing that, so let's carry on.
You gotta be part of the thing.
No, I'm not part of your thing.
Go on.
I don't understand why you try to involve us in your mysteriousness. I beg, let's say your monologue.
I'll be honest
Mr. Wolf
with
is
you.
closing his eyes.
I'll be honest with you. As a black man, the last time we closed our eyes together, we lost a whole load of jewels and stuff, and we gained the Bible, bruv. So
somebody's very loud.
Let's you know what I'm saying.
So none of you lot are gonna.
Right, I'm not closing my eyes.
Karen?
Go on then. Let's see. Go on then. Let's see if we can get into it. Go on.
Thank you. Wahala.
I'm not doing it. I'm not even joking as well. I don't do that.
Just
rubbish.
spoil the whole thing.
Go on. Let's see.
Stavros?
If Wahala's not doing it, why should all the rest of us?
Don't worry about him. What's wrong with you? Just do your own thing, man.
You
know
that you
can't trust your friends, you know.
He's a thief. You want me to close my eyes beside him?
You can't trust your
I know I'm not doing a monologue then this week.
Fair enough.
No, you look black.
All right,
long, man.
You got the last person.
Who?
And we have Mr. Wolf.
You can't trust your friends, you know.
That's terrible.
Friends.
Not many of us have them. Trust me.
Friends. Anyway, if water's backing could be assured, the catfish would live long. Yes, if water's backing could be assured, the catfish would live long. That means good support and networks matter.
I thought that meant don't trust water signs.
Turn that down a little bit.
Water signs?
Yeah.
What kind of water
Don't
signs?
trust water signs.
Water signs as in like
Aquarius.
Pisces, Aquarius,
Oh, see.
Cancer.
He's gay, innit?
Nah, man. Eurobuzz ain't into the whole, star signs and mythology or somethingology.
Astrology. You mean like science?
Well, I don't know.
I'm joking. It's not. You know why I don't believe in astrology stuff? And the reason why I don't believe in the astrology stuff is because we are making an assumption that people's lives now are directly linked to star movements that were happening like hundreds of years ago, thousands of years ago. Like we don't ever come to the same point in time again. You understand what I'm saying to you?
I hear you.
So all of the constellation stuff that they tell you about people that are supposed to be born between these two times can't be right, because we're not even in the same place in the universe anymore.
Yes.
Don't we come full circle when we do the calendars? Because every once in a while when you do the calendar years, it comes back to being on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
It's just like
But
seasons,
then
isn't
it jumps each day until it goes full cycle.
I think it's more about the seasons, and seasons will always remain regardless of what kind of science and what people believe in and what they don't. You'll get yours. Some places don't get all four.
Exactly.
But you get in most places, you get your winter, spring, summer, autumn.
And you say most places? I don't think so.
Most places, yes.
Most?
Yeah, because most places covered by the sun, isn't it?
Isn't it just the case that they all still get them, but it's just the variance between weathers doesn't change that much?
Bingo. I think that some places get summer for like maybe 2 weeks.
But that
then
doesn't that
or
often
2
depend
months.
on what side of the equator you're on as well?
Yes.
And even when it's raining, it's still summer season. It's just that it's a raining summer season, no?
No, that would be called rainy season.
With the summer still, innit?
Well, no, it's not like us with the summer.
So British summer, where it rains mostly through British summer, are we not calling it summer?
No, rainy season in this country is the spring.
It's every day.
No,
Well,
it's autumn, innit?
It's every day.
No, springtime. That's when
I
it
can't
rains
believe
most.
I can't believe man's is getting so sensitive
Isn't
these days.
autumn springtime? I mean, isn't autumn rainy season?
No, that's the fall.
But I thought that was rainy
So
season.
between autumn and fall is rainy season.
No, between autumn. What are you talking about? Autumn is the fall when
the leaves
Yeah.
fall off the trees.
preparing for the winter time.
Yeah, but
You get me?
like
It rains more time in the springtime than any time of the year.
But we refer to autumn as autumn, and isn't the Americans refer to autumn as fall?
No. Yes.
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 Yeah, you're right.
Do you think that as we get older, we get more sensitive?
Are you more
Sensitive to what?
sensitive than you was?
Yesterday.
I don't know, but just going by his behavior today, your behavior about your party, his behavior the other day because nobody invited him directly. I don't know if me and you have got to that level yet. Maybe it's,
There was no behaviour. I just
maybe
said
it's over a certain
don't
age
complain
that
about me not being there because I wasn't invited directly.
Exactly. That's the
And
sensitivity.
no.
And you're always sensitive
And I was
anyway.
ill.
When you walk, your feature should be sensitivity.
Oh shit. Ralph Tresvant.
What do you call him?
Ralph Tresvant, bruv.
That's the one that tried to break out. He wasn't
Don't even
Bobby.
waste your tears. On an
Damn, I
insensitive
remember
man.
that when he had his silk shirt.
just a
I can imagine
man,
Stavros
girl.
just
I
silk
know
shirt,
it's
bare
been
chest,
hard.
titties out,
went
boy,
away
have it.
And left you so sad. You cry every day.
Well, he's known as the clitoris, though, isn't he?
He is the
I'm just saying, do you think mans get sensitive when they get older? Do you think that it becomes more of a thing, like things affect us more than
No.
we did when we were younger?
No. I think it's the opposite.
You think that we get less sensitive when we
Yeah,
age?
I think so.
I was engaging in an encounter yesterday. It was my mum's birthday. Big up my mum.
Hey,
Happy birthday, Mama Wolf.
Yeah,
Mama
Wolf.
Wolf, yeah.
Yeah, Wolf. Happy
And
birthday.
we all went out to dinner and
Happy
whatnot.
birthday.
And there was a bit of a commotion, and my cousin was there.
Commotion? What do you mean?
Well,
Speak the thing,
we didn't get seated when we should have got seated.
What
And
type of restaurant
and
was
it
it?
took forever. We went to the place that
Okay, I know.
yeah,
Yeah.
Topsy, like a year and a half ago or whatever. And my cousin was kicking up a fuss. Rightly so, to be honest. And maybe if that was 10, I was thinking, do you know what?
An ignorant fuss or just a fuss?
No, rightly so. And I was calm in it. Pissed, but calm. And I thought, let the young wolf go and do the thing
But
and rattle the cage.
Was it a case that they just hadn't been organised well, or
A mixture of both.
okay?
A mixture of their fault and our fault, to be honest.
Well, then if it's a mixture, then you need to have that balance, innit?
Yeah, but sometimes as Nigerians,
The
we believe that we
balance.
can get anything at any time. And that's how my cousin was going on. And if he didn't push the boat a little bit, I think that we would have waited a little longer.
Did it spoil
And-
the birthday?
No. Once we got seated and the food was there, it was all good. But at the time, I was fuming. So I'm saying that before, I would have joined him in the fuss.
I got a story about my mom's birthday at one time. We went to a restaurant in northwest London. I won't name the restaurant. Stav wasn't there, which is actually part of the story, right? So it was me, my mum, my brother-in-law,
Why are you not naming the restaurant?
I was just thinking the same thing.
because they're a black establishment. And although it wasn't part of it wasn't their issue, I just don't want to name the restaurant because I don't want any slight on it. Is that all right?
I'm feeling that. I co-sign
Right.
that.
So basically, we all went there. So it was me, my brother-in-law, my sister, mum, dad, nephews, nieces. All right, was all there. Not all the nephews. I think there was just one of the nephews and a couple of two of the nephews and a couple of the nieces. So we all went. You all had dinner, and then there was a drunk person next to us, and I don't know what happened. I wasn't around. First of all, we almost killed our nephew. That was one of the things that happened already because he's allergic to peanuts, right?
Oh wow!
And he was giving him bear suya. He was like, yeah, eat this. And he was yummy. The poor boy was enjoying it, man. He was enjoying it so bad. When I say he was enjoying it,
Is this the same one that was on the train eating
the jollof? Yes. So
yes.
he was,
He's a legend, by the way.
he was enjoying the suya, and he was like, "Oh my god, yes, this is good." Blah blah blah.
Explain what suya is then, innit?
But suya, yeah. So suya is barbecued meat in Nigeria, but it comes with a particular type of pepper sauce on it. Pepper, yeah, but it's not like sauce.
Yeah,
So
not sauce.
Pepper seasoning.
Powder,
so,
yeah, it's like a powder, innit?
But in that season, it's got peanuts in it. But I forgot. We all forgot.
You know, I've made my own suya seasoning, you know. It's in my cupboard at home.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll come down and we'll feast.
I think I've tasted it. Yeah.
Very good.
It was alright. It wasn't peppery though.
Yeah, it
Well,
wasn't.
that
It wasn't hot
defeats
enough.
It wasn't
the
peppery.
purpose, man.
But it was alright. It was
but
alright.
it's-
It just
I made
wasn't.
it.
It just wasn't peppery. He tried
Fair
to think,
enough.
man. I rate him for that because I wouldn't have thought about making a pepper.
I
Like
have to
that.
use the old school. What do they call them grinding things that you have to use?
Mortar.
A
and-
mortar and
Yes.
pellet.
Yeah.
It's not even old school, bruv.
Of course, mortar's old school.
People use that now. It's
Yeah,
regular.
but
No, but it
that's,
comes
that's like
from-
an ancient
It's old school,
That's
but
an
it's still
ancient
used.
instrument of cooking.
That is a prime example
I
of
will
where
take that back.
technology has not advanced.
I will take that back.
No,
So
yeah.
so we was in there, and then this guy next to us must have been kicking off about something. They were drunk, innit? So it was my mom's birthday. I was outside now because we was trying to attend to the one that had started to have the fit. So I was outside. So then I come in and I must have seen my brother-in-law in a bit of distress. Like he was just like trying to stay calm. Now he's older than us, right? And I could see that he was just trying to stay calm. So then something happened, and I must have been like, "What's going on?" So they must have told me what's going on, and they know me already. So I was like, "What's?" So then I must have went to the guy. What? I was going to the guy to actually be take my time and just
Diplomatic.
ask, diplomatic because it's my mom's birthday and I didn't want to kick off. So I wanted to go and say to him, "What's going on?" As soon as I said, "What's?" One man came running from the waiters came running from far. "Sir, I beg, please, I don't want trouble." So the other guy's like, I said, "It's my mom's birthday." No, this was actually, I went to go and speak to him diplomatically, sorry. And I said, "What's going on? You know, it's my mom's birthday. I don't know what type of problem it is, but we don't want any issues." The man said to me, "I don't care about it's your mom's birthday. That's it. I just went to go and I just went.
You went for him.
Yeah, I just said, "What?" No, all I said was, "What?" And then the man came running from far, like, "Please, sir, blah, blah." That's why I know he deals with Nigerians often, yeah? Because he was like, "Please, sir, blah, blah, blah." So then my brother-in-law was just staying there calm and thinking, and he was just saying, he was saying it, if my kids weren't here, this man don't, and he was just saying, this man don't know. And do you know what I mean? It was deep. The kids was like, "Dad, please no." "Dad, please no." They said, "Dad, please no." And this is when I know the daughter was gangster. She said, "I had my weapon ready just in case." And I said, yes. Yes.
That's right.
Because you don't know what could go off. But the moral of the story was, he was saying that he's older, and if my kids weren't there,
Yeah.
it would have been a different situation.
And that's part of the reason why I didn't kick off, because my kids were there as well.
I swear to
And my
you,
mum was there and everything.
Wahala's turning into Stav.
Why?
Because that story was long, bro.
Because I'll get
It was a
stopped. He
long
started talking to
story.
me about pepper and all that stuff. But the thing that actually got to whatever,
I was sitting here waiting for the punchline.
it was no punchline. I'm just
Well, you
saying that
didn't
we
give
was-
him a clothesline
No,
or
no, 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 no,
tombstone
no,
or
no.
nothing.
In the end, the man had to circle himself. The thing they said there was after is, if Uncle Stav was here, he would have killed him. And they meant it as well. They all meant it. They're like, if Uncle Stav was here, he would have killed the man. And I'm like, why would he kill? Yes, that's what he does.
That's what Uncle Staff does.
That's
He's
what
a
they think
killer.
of him, that he's an actual murderer. Yes, he would have killed him. And I was trying to say, I don't think so. I think he would have been the most diplomatic one. They're like,
He's
no,
got 25
no.
numbers to his name.
They're scared of him to that level that they think he's
Uncle
just...
Stavros has got bodies, man.
He's got bare bodies.
Yeah.
We've seen him in these streets.
I think it's the I think it's the calm ones, isn't it? I've seen calm guys switch before, and when they switch.
When was the last time you switched? You are the calmest person I know.
It's when somebody tried to disrespect my brother. Yeah.
See?
And I don't know what got over me, and I just kind of, because my brother can look after himself. My brother's quite slight and slim. I'm not the biggest person, but he is. I believe he's physically stronger than me.
Probably.
Just handshakes and you can feel his power in it.
I said the same thing about my dad.
You get me? It's like I think he's physically stronger. Yeah, I think he does some calisthenics and all them kind of things. Yeah, but some guy was just and I went for the guy. Literally, I went for him. Kind of moved my brother out the way. I went for him.
But your brother again is also very calm.
Yeah, he's
might even be more calm than you.
I don't know, mate.
I think your brother is a lot calmer than you.
Well, I'm going by perception.
By perception.
I don't know him as well as you, obviously, but your brother is even more calm than you, as for what I've seen.
Probably.
So I could see somebody's disturbing your brother. I can get why you would kick off because I don't see your brother going out of his way to cause anybody any problem.
He can look after himself. But
so that's a lot. When was that? How long ago was that?
That was about 2.5 years ago.
Boy.
2.5 years. They said something, and that was it.
You just saw red?
I saw red, bruv.
You had to stop you?
My brother and my mum was there at the time. Yeah.
This man doesn't. Yeah, well, because my mum was there, I didn't do nothing.
Yeah, but
I went for it, man.
Yeah.
My mum had to stop me.
Yeah, no. I literally, I switched on a guy.
Oh.
One time.
Okay, what about you? Simple. Again, Mr. Calm man. When was the last time you switched?
Yeah.
Because you're just as calm as Mr. Wolf.
Secondary school.
Wow, is that far back?
Bro,
I'm sure I've seen him switch.
I've seen him switch.
How about
I've
football?
seen you switch.
Football?
He don't switch.
He probably switched at me.
When was this?
We switched at each other the other day when we was screaming at each other over WhatsApp.
That's not really switching.
It's not really switching, but it's the most I've seen him angry in a while.
I've seen
raise voice switch. I'm talking about
I've
raise
seen
voice.
him angry at least twice.
Yeah, but is that raising voice and switching? You can be angry, but not really switch.
I'm still trying to figure out when you're talking about.
I'm also trying to think about when you're talking.
I'm sure one of them was towards me.
I would hope it was, but I don't know if that's the
I
case.
can't remember what happened though. You probably thought I disrespected him or something.
I'm trying to think of the last time I saw.
You youngsters always think you're being disrespected.
I saw you switch at somebody at in college.
What was that one again now?
Because
Did it have anything to do with Badose?
yeah, of course it did.
This is interesting.
Do you want me to tell the story?
Go on.
So, Simple Simon had entered the realms of Forbidden Planet, yeah? So where he shouldn't have been. And then the next day, everybody had known.
Yeah, so where was the switch?
It was known. So then it was a girl as well he switched on. One girl must have been...
Oh, yeah. But I don't call that switch. That wasn't really a switch.
He switched on there, man, because they were shocked. Because they weren't expecting it. So one girl must have been talking his business. And then he just said, what do you do? Shut up and go away. And I was like, is it? I was looking at him like, is it? He's like, are you kind of simple?
Yeah, boy.
And she just walked back. You know when they walk back in The Simpsons where they go slowly, just walk back away. And I said, okay, that's the first time I've seen.
And go away.
That's the first time I've seen. Because she was involved in his business. Like he was trying to sort out a situation that doesn't involve anyone else. And that person was coming to fast themselves in that situation. So I'm not saying it wasn't justified. I'm just saying that's probably the proper time I've seen him switch on another human being that I wasn't expecting him to switch.
I'm not even laughing at that, boy.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see that as switching. My last one was probably at secondary school. Some guy hit me with a stone cold stunner.
Oh,
Yeah,
snap.
yeah, and I just went mad.
But he got it on you good.
It got it on me, but I went mad. Seriously, I went
What?
mad.
So he kicked you in the gut. Yeah.
Hold on, no, which one?
and then he turned around and kind of,
No,
know.
he did that. You see, he did the turn around bit.
Yeah.
He did that, but like he was running past from behind, so I had no chance of seeing him.
That come like
but it's also like a RKO still.
yeah,
But,
yeah, it's like an RKO.
So he just went running past and then got me with one of them.
Oyelowo.
Yeah, I lost it, man. I lost it.
Was he?
Huh?
Was he Oyelowo?
No, it was a black youth, which made it even worse because there weren't many black youths in the school.
So
Damn.
you lot are just attacking each other like you're supposed to.
Black on black, man.
Infighting.
Yeah, I was upset, man.
Black on black, man.
Web
I'm like
slinger?
11 years old.
Web Slinger's not here, but
The actor then. Sorry, I forgot that you're bipolar.
yeah.
Split.
I haven't switched in 2018.
Man, I haven't switched in a month and a half.
Yeah.
How many days since last event?
You know what I'm saying? Hey, now, baby.
Exactly. They like to go about me, but he's just as bad as me, you know.
I'm not that bad. I have my moments. When did I switch last? I can't remember what. I know I switched last year at some point, but I don't know what it was over.
There's plenty of times you've done it. I'm sure. I can't remember the last time I saw you switch, but I know you've done it plenty of times.
My last significant switch would have been Stav. You'd remember this.
Are you sure?
The Egypt situation.
Oh my God!
And it was my last significant.
You know what? I just messaged her today.
Did you?
Yeah, because I told this person, because my interaction with this person is just pure insults. All I do is cuss her. It's just for fun, but it's just bare digs. She's an older woman, so I cuss about her age, and everything else. Anyways, so at one point I can't remember if she did something nice or we had, I don't know what happened, boy. But I said, you know what? I'm not gonna dub you for the whole of 2017, and this was middle of 2017, and I ain't spoken to her since.
Oh wow.
So now 2018 comes. I sent her a message, innit? I said, remember I said I wasn't going to dub you all of 2017? And then I just did a winking thing. And that's it.
So you're going to be dubbing her from now on?
Yes, of course.
Yeah,
I didn't speak to her for the rest of the year.
Yeah, but here's the problem.
Just left her alone,
What
man.
message are you sending out by not speaking to the person for the rest of the year because you can't cuss them?
That's all he does.
Yeah, that's what I want to do with
And he's happy to do that.
I want to stand there
My
and cuss
only
you.
interaction with you is to dub you.
That's abuse, you know. That's low key abuse. It
That's what I'm
is.
saying.
It is just abuse.
She can deal with it, man.
Does she dub you
But
back?
can she deal with it though?
He doesn't even know. He don't care.
She should.
Does she dub you back?
Yeah, in her own dry way.
Okay.
And I'm dry, and she's worse than me. But she's old, so what can you do?
Damn.
Oh my God.
So, actor, what happened?
The dubs are just dust.
You don't want to mention the situation, do you?
That might be his own type of BDSM. I'm gonna dub you today.
No.
You will enjoy it.
Dun, dun.
That's a no. You don't.
You get me?
I was trying to think
Man's looking in the air. You
I was trying to think of a nice way of doing it.
You can't do it nicely,
no
man.
nice way, man.
You get me?
No one
one's
can take
upset.
anybody else's side in that story but yours. And I like to take everyone else's side when it's about you, and I couldn't even take it in this time.
I would just spill the beans, man.
That's because that's the type of guy you are.
How about you,
That's a
Stav?
good story. I can't remember the last
It's a
time.
ridiculous story.
I can think of one time that you switched, but we can't even talk about it.
Who switched me?
Huh?
But who
Oh,
switched?
Stav.
Stav.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
as well.
it was in Brazil,
Obrigado.
bruv.
Yeah.
Chairgate, bruv. Chairgate.
Chairgate. He switches us all the time as well.
Oh,
People
my
listen to
man
me, it's like,
just
that always switches.
kick over the chair.
I
and
missed Chairgate as well.
my man was.
You were there?
I wasn't there for Chairgate.
He was spitting whilst he was talking. He wasn't even talking English.
Stav kicked over the man's chair.
My man come like,
He
you
said
know
the
that.
jungle just came alive and took him.
What's that cartoon character that spins around?
Oh, Captain Caveman.
No.
No.
Caveman.
Tasmanian Devil.
Tasmanian Devil, even. You get me?
Oh, the guy from Police Academy.
Oh shit!
From Police Academy. Problems.
That's how angry Stav was at that time. You know, he wasn't making any sense. All we saw was chairs going all over the place.
I'll be honest with you.
I actually drew blood, boy. I drew blood, you know.
That was the first time.
Oh, you're so for the other person.
The other person.
That's why I broke your rib, innit? You said I broke your rib that day, boy.
Oh yeah, you have to take him away.
Jeez,
Carry him
man.
away. Them time there when I had
my
muscle.
brother-
All the muscle mass.
My brother was all like, stop it.
Hulk
I'm
stop.
telling him, get him away, stop it, get him away. This one got behind me, big, what's he call it? Bear hug.
And just
Lifted me
lifted you up and
But
moved you away.
The fat bastard squeezed me so hard, he like cracked my rib on my own stag do. I was walking around
That's not when I was fat, bruv. That's why you got cracks. That's when I was at my peak.
Find a hench bastard, whatever you want to.
That's when I was at my peak.
Man, mash up my side, you know. I was hurting for the whole rest of the holiday.
Hulk stop fight.
That was all my frustration. That was my frustration for all them years of meetings, boy. I had to take my frustrations out in one way or another, boy. So I had to carry him.
Can I let you people know that all the times that me and my brother actually got into fist fights, yeah, I never hit him.
He never hit me. There was one time I went for him, boy. I didn't even
in all our
No, that's a lie because you kicked me down the stairs.
no.
You kicked me down the stairs,
Well,
man.
that is his
listen.
signature
No.
move.
Yeah, exactly. That's where you're going from.
I'll be honest with you. You see, when he was kicking over the chairs, I thought this man could kick someone down the stairs.
Oh, so well,
I saw it there.
Do you know what
know
it was?
he's done it
Do
now.
you remember Randy Orton used to do the punt? where he used to run from far.
Yeah.
That's what happened. So I went to go and attack him. And I was on the top of the stairs, and I was bent over with my hands down like all fours, like a cat. You know when the person's crawling because he had got me down to the floor. And then he just kicked me, boy. And I fell on the stairs. And I like that he put the bottom of the stairs. You can't see podcast people, I'm sorry. But my mum just did this.
She looked round and she went about her own business.
Carried about her own business. That's twice my mum didn't have my back, you know. There was another time that my sister beat me up as well. There was another time my sister beat me up because my sister shoved me in the face for no reason. Maybe it was them period times and I didn't know she was on it or something. You know when them times when women are angry and you didn't know. Right? I was young, I didn't understand them things. So she was angry at me for no reason. I hadn't done nothing to her as far as I said, but you know, it would have been woman's times. So she pushed me in my face, yeah. So I don't know what possessed me in life, but I pushed her back. She beat me up, man. And my mum said, good, beat him. I was like, Mum, you're meant to have my back. I'm the youngest, innit?
Nah, fam.
It wasn't that time.
No, I remember a time when, I think it was my sister. I don't know if this is the same situation, but this was in the living room. And my brother and my sister got into an argument or something. And she started hitting him. And then she stopped mid-beating and realised my mum was in the wrong. So she stopped and looked at my mum. And she like, why did you stop? Beat him.
That's the same beating I'm talking about.
Well, then that is a better story because she said, because that I remember the line. Why did you stop? Beat him.
She beat me up, boy. She beat us up. She beat us up at least. She beat both of us up at least once. No, we got. You're talking like she did beat you up as well. Huh? I'm not gonna remember the time. Yeah, she beat him up to the point where he was on the floor and she was on top of him. You know when they do MMA punching, when they punch you,
pound and ground, fam.
That's what she did say. Listen, my sister was ruthless, you know. I don't know where that came from.
I've had that.
There's some beatings, man, and still the best beating to this day is when Stav got beaten by my dad in the front row.
Listen, yeah, this one.
He wants to deny it.
He keeps lying.
No, it's not lying.
We've spoken
Ask
about this.
anyone in my house. Yeah, he tried to block.
We have spoken about this on the podcast.
He tried to block the beatings.
He tried to block the beating. Yeah, he tried to block his hands. He put his hands to his head. You know how boxers put their hands to their head like this? My dad did like a rope or dope. Like he went back. Yeah, went underneath the block and
uppercut
in his face.
So he done an Anthony Joshua uppercut.
Yeah, like he did to Klitschko. It was the best beating.
And
I was vindicated.
Stavros got hit on the chin.
And
the bottom lip hit the top lip, and then the lip kind of went up, saliva going up, and all sorts.
Yeah, man. Every time he got a beating, it gave me a pleasure them times. But in saying that, I'm like you though. If anybody else outside goes for, it's me that switches more than him. He never switches on people. It's always me switching on people for him.
I'll switch on your behalf.
When?
I can't remember.
We've never switched on my behalf. You have never switched on my behalf.
I remember.
I have. I'm sure one of these guys must have seen something, man. I've switched on your behalf.
You have never switched on my behalf.
Of course I have.
I think you've verbally defended him, but not switched.
Whenever you've seen him
I
verbally
can remember
He
him.
has switched on your behalf.
When?
I know a couple of raves he switched on your
There
behalf.
has never been a time when he has switched on my behalf.
I don't know what you're on about, man. You may not find me as a good brother, but I'm not that bad.
I didn't say he's got something to do with bad.
Well,
Like, I never seen you switch on my behalf. No one ever has to switch on my behalf. I'm already switched. There's no point in switching on my behalf.
YouSwitch.com.
I don't even want to. There's no point in me having the question because I probably switched yesterday.
All right, you know,
and I was alone.
That's the secret. I'm always angry.
Just before we came here, I was debating somebody on Twitter, a stranger, which doesn't actually happen often. It's always somebody I know. Basically, I guess because I don't get involved in other people's business, and this woman wrote something.
I think I saw.
If a man hits you, leave. Like there's no if your husband, I think there's no instance where it's cool. No, like there's nothing.
It's not cool.
I want to say it properly actually because a man should not hit his woman and a woman should not hit her man.
Simple things.
Standard. But the way this person wrote it, I was thinking, okay, that's right. The first time your husband lays hands on you, end the marriage. Divorce him quickly. Don't give him a second chance. He doesn't deserve it. Don't even care if it's a slap or a push. Even the grabbing shit some men do to instill fear. Nah. And then this woman said, I don't even understand why this is being debated. Step to me if you want, because I can promise that the divorce will be the least of your worries. Put your hands on me and you're signing your death certificate.
That's what a woman is saying, yeah?
Yeah, so one woman said that and then another person responded. So I went to the one that responded. Or no, I did copy tweet the whole thing, and I was like, so there's no situation like where it can like just end the marriage. And I said, you people ain't married. I'm gonna assume you people are not married
or haven't been.
Yeah,
When were you married?
because I don't think anyone in a marriage would say that.
I think they would.
I think
If
there
you-
are
if-
some that
if-
would,
if
but
you,
there are plenty that wouldn't.
If you've been married with a person that you thought was good, yeah, which I'm assuming, let's say you married somebody that you were in your right mind, you weren't marrying a drug dealing, thug, abusing, alcoholic, person. You just married somebody that you loved and you thought was a good person.
But those are the people that would probably stay.
This is my point. If you're with
So I'm
somebody
talking about the one that married the drug abusive Vicky.
yeah,
You knew they were like that before you married them. They'll probably stay.
yeah, that's why I'm dismissing those people.
Okay.
So I'm talking about somebody that married somebody that thinks I married a good guy. 5 years we've been together, 2 years we've been married, 3 years, whatever it is. But he's good. He's treated you well this whole time, more or less, Then something happens and he pushes you or he grabs you. You're saying that's going to end the marriage. I'm saying as only somebody that's not married would say something
I
like
think the
that.
grabbing shit, then no one ain't really breaking up their marriage for the
if
grabbing
somebody
shit.
punches you in the nose and they say, I'm not going to stay with you, well, cool. I get that.
The punching
Yeah.
and kicking, definitely.
But even then, I would still say most women, and I'm going to tell you this now, most women not going to leave what they feel is a good man for making that mistake.
Yeah, but maybe perhaps she's saying that she knows that and she's trying to give advice to those women who won't leave because it is probably the right thing to do. Even if some women feel like, they're going to try and defend their man or forgive their man or what have you. It might not be the right thing to do if a man has given you a couple jabs and a right hook.
So my thing is, yeah, let's just say like a man served in the army, innit? Comes back with that postnatal army depression thing.
Postnatal.
Natal.
He's been married and he's had children.
Yeah.
PTSD.
PTSD. Post-traumatic stress syndrome. Yeah. Let's
It's
say,
history. Post-traumatic history stress, yeah?
Post-traumatic stress disorder.
Men are having babies now, innit?
so that's when
So-called men.
let's
Man
say
banged
he
his
comes back
wife.
with that, yeah, but he doesn't
Yes.
show the typical outward experience of what you'd expect. He's sad on the inside. innit?
Iraq syndrome.
Yeah. And he's sleeping one night and the missus goes to wake him up and he wakes up and backhands her because he,
That's a subconscious beating, though.
Yeah, that's not a conscious beating.
so he can get away with that one.
I almost
think
did a
so.
subconscious beating before.
Huh?
I almost did one.
Hold on.
before.
Who got kicked in the face here?
Kick in the
in the
face.
Did someone get kicked in the face?
No, I
here?
almost kicked my missus in the face as well. No, I think I did. No, I did by
No,
accident.
you
Yeah,
did.
that's
Remember,
it.
I was.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I remember.
Remember, I was getting on the sofa. I was getting on the sofa, innit? Poor woman, man. I'm getting on the sofa, and I must have did some move to try and get on
She should leave you.
get on the sofa, and I swiftly kicked her in the face, man. And she was like, "Oh," she was looking at me. Like, how did you manage? I was like, I don't know. There's better times I hit her by accident, man. That one could go and cause any claim.
That's what happened when.
Why won't you leave him? But I love him.
Any claim.
That's when fat boys trying to do skinny boy shit.
No,
doesn't
it wasn't.
work
I
out.
was trying to roll her to the section, man.
He tried to do
I was
one.
trying to roll her to the section.
Was that volume 3 DVD?
You know what you do?
Stay in your lane, bro. Stay
You
in
know,
your
you know,
lane.
you know
Fat
wrestling.
boys
innit? You
trying
know,
to do skinny boys.
you know wrestling when you do them.
A
when
collection
what
of
they call the-
73 scenes of when fat boys trying to do skinny boy shit. Watch as you watching laughter
the fat boy trying.
as they drop, roll, slap, and hit.
It's
I'm
at,
on
it's
second
at
this
this
shit.
point, Wahala knew. He fucked up.
I'm gonna do a new segment, by the way, at some point. But yeah, you know when they do like the kicks where they do like a reverse business and they like flip.
I told
So
you.
I did.
Yeah.
I did it by accident.
Doing
Pop,
skinny
pop.
boy
and
shit.
it was such a move.
So-
if I'd done it on purpose, I would have been proud of it. But I didn't do it on purpose.
So you was trying to get off.
I was trying to get onto the sofa, but around something.
Okay.
And then when I did that, I must have swiftly turned around and kicked
And
her.
then-
Man,
back.
Man was proud of the accidental beating.
No, I'm not proud of it.
man's trying to move like Rico Suave.
And
in
my
his
foot was
yard.
dry as well, so she even got
It's
the
not
full front
working.
of it as well, man. She got the dry foot to the face. By accident.
Can we get back to the domestic violence, please?
Okay, no, going off what you just said, yeah, and going by
Now,
what you
back
just
to the
said as well,
violence.
yeah. My thing is this: is she talking about both ways? Because how much times is women going for their man? How much times? No. Because how much times is women going for their man? How much times is women push their man? How much times is women slap their man's chest? And blah blah blah. You see it happen all the time.
Yes.
You see it happen on the street.
Yes.
Start crying, start hitting their man. So what is? Should the man just start leaving her then? It only ever seems to be one way when they're talking about this leaving and beating business, you know.
Listen, things are not fair, innit? We just have to accept that sometimes the double standards are justified.
No, I'm not disputing it. No, not in this one actually. I think if the woman hits you, you should leave her as well. That one, I don't even think there's any anything about it.
If she gives you the double jab right hook.
If she
and
hits you,
uppercut.
you should leave her.
Are you saying that once she hits you, she's always gonna hit you?
No, I'm just saying if she hits you, you should leave. I'm
Yeah,
just
but
saying. I'm just saying like that. That's dumb.
This girl's funny actually.
Abuse,
I've just gone
abuse
her
to
page.
males in relationships are not highly reported as much.
Why are
as
we
it
switching
is
it to the thing, man? I want to know:
females.
should a woman like straight up and down?
It depends. It
Like,
depends the
leave your
level of
husband
the
if-
beating.
But that's my
If
point.
he hits you, like
Oh,
properly
I
hits
see.
you, then leave him. If he pushes you with force,
Yes.
leave him.
So
Like a Hadouken.
If he pushes you with force, for you to be able to hurt yourself, he pushes you into a wall,
Yeah.
he pushes you onto the
Yeah.
floor. No, leave
I'm
him.
not saying that woman has to leave for that.
Oh, well, that's you. I would say that for me, that's if he knows he's gonna cause you harm by doing it, and he's done it, then leave him. If he grabs you and just so because he's not hitting you, if he grabs you like, but you got it, blah 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 blah, I'm not saying you should leave the man for that. But if the man pushes you, that it's gonna hit you into the wall, you can potentially he's doing it to harm you, then you should leave him.
But how do you ascertain whether he's doing it to harm you or
If
not?
the man
He
telling you
might.
to,
All right,
Watch
what if
the
he's doing it
pupils.
to get her out, get her out of his face?
what? And he pushes her hard enough for
Yeah,
it
he
to
pushed,
hurt.
yeah, it could hurt. It potentially could hurt her.
Yeah, I'll still say leave.
I don't know about
But
that.
it all depends on the
So then
situation.
I don't
It
see.
should attack him.
I don't see too
It should-
much the
it should-
difference between. Yeah, okay. This is my point now. Because there's situations where you can have an argument or where she's in his face or something like that. Obviously, men hitting women is not it's not cool. But there's different situations. If you want to
And
do
vice
it,
versa.
if you want, I'm just sticking on the men hitting women for now because that's easy, isn't it? There's just different levels of it. When people say no is just one thing, that's when I say no. You're being naive. That's my thing here. So you saying that pushing is like much worse than grabbing them by the hands and or by the arms and like shaking them.
That's
I
not
don't,
what
I
I
don't
said.
think.
I never said shake. I said
Well,
shake.
you said you don't think they should leave if they grab you by the arms.
I said if they grab you. I didn't say anything about shaking.
I could grab you and it's worse than pushing you.
Depends how you grab. I'm talking
This
about.
is my
I'm
point.
talking about if you grab them like they're walking away, you just grab them. I'm not saying you grab them with force. I'm not saying you grab them to hurt them. Again, if you're,
Stavros
if you're
is talking
grabbing to-
about grabbing with force and
Yeah,
grabbing
if-
by both hands.
If you're
one
grabbing to hurt them,
hand on the other.
if you're grabbing to hurt them, then yeah, I would still say the same thing. If it all depends on the if you're trying to hurt the person. For me,
Can the Hulk gently grab?
yes,
No.
yes, of course he can. He does Betty all the time.
Betty.
He was banging Betty with his whole same way.
you not see the bruises on Betty's arms. She just doesn't talk about it.
I can say in response to that
Hulk loves me.
that there are women and men, but we'll stick to the women who have been hit by their man, who have stayed with their man and continued to live in a happy and long relationship because
Never to be touched again.
and possibly never to be touched again because
Possibly.
what because well
Well, the marriage ain't ended.
No,
yet.
no,
What's happy
but
about
no.
being in an abusive relationship?
no that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that there are times when somebody can make a mistake.
That is the
You
line.
understand?
People
People
make
make
mistakes.
mistakes.
I asked the woman, so what? Rich for better or for worse? What does that mean then? It
Exactly.
doesn't mean anything then, because when worse comes,
and that's the
later
problem.
I'm gone.
But you're
Because
like that. You're like that.
No, the wedding vows mean nothing. Then you're doing these wedding vows and you're just doing it for the sake. Why say that?
You know, that's why I specifically wrote my old vows because I wasn't gonna say that.
Okay.
Okay.
One of the reasons I wrote my old vows is because I don't want to say for better or for worse. Because if worse, there are certain worse things that you can
There
do
is a spark
that is not acceptable to me.
shines.
So she could. My wife could hit me. I'll deal with it. My wife could do loads of things. I could deal with it, but she couldn't cheat on me, and I just took it. I don't think I could take it. Maybe sometimes you might get into that situation, and you could deal with it. I don't think I could at this moment now. So I think I'll probably be out. So I'm not going to promise you I'll do that before we even got married. For you to then go and do it, and then me break my promise.
Yeah, I hear that. So I don't agree with that woman because people have made mistakes and they have got through their mistakes.
Can I?
Do you know what? There's one thing that I want to touch on. Sorry, Wahala is my man, Chris Brown. Yeah, because R. Kelly. When R. Kelly songs come on, and people kind of say stop the tune. We don't want to hear the paedophile music and what have you. And there's a lot of women who have consciously, openly, kind of forgiven what he's done. So yeah,
Openly said they forgive R. Kelly.
no, not R. Kelly.
Oh,
Sorry,
Chris Brown.
Chris
I'm
Brown.
about
Chris
to say,
Brown. So Chris Brown is now, doing his thing. He's,
There's a reason for that though.
I don't know, but I wonder if this woman who has sent this tweet is of the same mindset when it comes to Chris Brown.
I think a lot of women forgive Chris Brown because I think
They've heard his story.
Yeah, they've heard his story, and
Right.
if they're into all of this situation,
And there's
they
a
heard
story
about
behind everybody.
That she was abusive to him, she used to hit him, and then he used to hit each other. So I think
Don't we call that victim blaming?
What? Well, but he was also a victim. That's the point.
Do we know that?
Yes,
He was also a what?
They say if you're talking about the victim blaming in that situation, there used to be times when she used to hit him.
Yeah, but
I never heard that side of the
Yeah,
story.
apparently the whole thing that made this is what they said that was the reason why he actually did what he did that day.
Is this a fact that you know, bruv?
Yeah,
Or you just
I
saying?
think this is what happened with regards to the because he did that documentary and stuff.
He did an interview.
They said that
as well.
he said that she grabbed his scrotum and was like grabbing it hard, and that's when he went mad at her in the car. But it was known that before that they used to have violent fights with each other. It is known
through the grapevine.
He
'cause
bust her car,
I
bruv.
don't know if either of them ever like
He
come out and
bust her
said it
car.
before this interview, but both of them, it's well known that they had an abusive relationship and they used to hit each other.
So I think
that was a time he took it way too far, and she she had to go to hospital for it, innit? So that's why you have all the
I think
pictures.
that's
Of
why,
I
yeah.
can't
What
remember.
the
but-
story that I remember hearing is that his mother was in an abusive relationship and he witnessed a lot of beatings on his mum, and
I
that
heard.
kind of
So you're saying he had a better technique?
no, that's what he said was part of the reason that caused him to lash out on Rihanna, because
He's
that's
got
what
issues.
he was.
He's got issues.
People that grow up in houses where one
In
person is
abusive
abused-
relationships.
basically you don't realize how much that affects you, and you start seeking that, or you see it as normal when it happens again.
And also, you got to think of it like he's been famous since he's probably about 15, 14. How much he's probably been sexually abused? All this madness because they were sexualizing him from the beginning.
Yeah, we don't know that, man. He's
When
putting that on him, man.
When I say sexually abused, I mean a women that's probably over a certain age has had sex with him. I'm not saying he felt sexually abused because not everybody feels sexually abused. Some people just say it's cool, but he probably was.
And maybe he didn't have the time to mature.
He's still not
emotionally.
So what we're doing
Because
is
I
that
think
we're
he-
kind of looking for reasons as to why he was doing what, or why he did
no,
what he did.
It sounds like
this
it.
got nothing
That's what I'm saying.
This got nothing to do with the beating. I'm just
we're not
talking
talking
about. You talked about his emotional state and his mindset, and I'm telling you why he's mad. I
And-
didn't say that the beating was justified.
And this is part of the reason why I would co-sign what Stav said. In
But
terms
I don't
of,
know about all of that stuff. Can I ask you a question? Steph?
Is this what you're talking about?
What?
Before?
What? The
Because
beating?
remember that you had something to think about.
No,
I
this
know
is
your
one. Yeah,
mind-
this is what I'm talking
Okay,
about
good,
before.
good.
Just going off this marriage thing. Me and Simple was talking about it before, yeah. Because he come in and he said, "My missus, yeah, has got something for your actual missus." That's what he actually said, yeah. He said he used the word actual missus,
Is that what he said?
right?
I didn't even know.
Because you was in the toilet doing whatever you do for 4 hours. But so then I asked him, "Do you reckon that
His
married men feel a way about men that are not married, calling their women their wife
No, married bitches.
or the missus?"
Can we say partners?
Married bitches might do.
I don't know because you man have made the commitment, innit? And us man have not made the commitment. And we're just using the word freely.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't bother you. Do you think it will bother other married men?
That's what I said. It will bother married bitches.
Why?
Because only a
they're
bitch,
bitches.
only a bitch would be bothered about that. What difference does it make what they call their wife or their partner or their other half?
So
Let
other
them-
women always seem to have a problem with other men calling other women. They always want to bring themselves involved in it.
I
If he ain't done this, don't let him call you wife.
I think-
If he is not treating you like a wife with ring on your finger, then you are not wife.
Yeah, but then that's a question you need to ask other women, not us men.
These
I
women
don't
ain't got no husband.
I don't think men should.
Mr. Wolf looks
I'd
like
be
a
very
Klingon.
You want
surprised.
some cream for your head?
You look like a Klingon.
Why did you tell him that, man?
You look like a Klingon, bruv.
Your head is a bit dry. innit?
And it looks extra long today for some strange reason. It's not.
You know why I'm laughing, right? Because I was looking at his head thinking, why is his head so dry?
And long as well.
And I didn't want to say anything. And man,
See, look at him. You can't tell a sweet boy that his head is dry, man.
Oh no, I got some butter for you.
He's gonna.
I
Scratch
share
it.
butter for him.
I was in the barber shop today and they shaved it.
You
So
got shea butter for him.
I got some shea butter for him, man.
they shaved it and I haven't been home.
is
You
that
know?
good lighting or is it just?
No, that's not a given to
I'll
do
get
it.
to you after.
This lady who wrote
So
this.
hang on, you went to the barbers and they did that, and they didn't put cream on your head, though. They didn't. soothe
barbers
it with
put cream on your
anything.
head?
Yes,
no,
of course.
they
If
don't put
bald-
cream on
if
my
they
head.
bald your head, they should.
Yeah,
they're
of course they
supposed
should-
to
they
put
should put balm on
moisturiser
it.
on it or balm.
Spray it and put
I
balm,
didn't.
no?
I didn't get it done from my usual guy, but I usually get a spray. It's like an alcohol type.
Yeah,
thing.
and then they should put balm on it.
No, it's fine, normally, but it's a different guy that done it today. So
Well, was he from Sierra Leone?
It's actually from Jamaica.
Leon.
He's from Jamaica.
Large up Howard, man. Big up yourself.
Can I just say this tweet?
His name
Oh,
is
you just told him
Howard.
that he done a madness on your head, and then you just tell him large up.
He
didn't do it, man.
He
He
had
didn't
a
do a
problem.
madness.
He said he was alright.
You're the one that's talking about it, not him.
It's dry,
Come on,
innit?
let me troll,
Hey,
man.
nah,
What's wrong with you, man?
Leave me.
No, we actually have 100 topics to talk about today.
Oh, let's go,
That's
let's
right.
go.
Not like last week.
Okay, so let's run through them really quickly, man.
Alright.
Let's not spend 45 minutes on one.
How long we been talking?
About 40 minutes.
Damn.
This girl that wrote this tweet, the original one about the hitting thing, she
What
got
you got
like
back to
10,000 followers. Yeah, because I actually just went to her page. I didn't actually go to it before. And a pinned tweet is quite funny. It says, so this Indian guy messaged me and said, hey, chocolate mama. And when I replied, hey, sizzling samosa, he wants to call me racist.
I think I know who that is.
Yeah, I came across.
Who is she? What's her name?
Reggie Yates. But
Yeah.
Reggie
yeah.
is spelled differently.
Yeah.
Once you got people that spent
Sizzling samosa.
got 10,000 followers, you just happen to come across their tweets because
It's weird
They're
that
popular.
she calls herself Reggie Yates.
But it's true though.
that's her tweet.
But it's true though. People. That's what I'm trying to say. When people like to be calling you the N word, blah blah blah, and if you start calling them their own racial slang, you think they'll be cool with it?
You will not be cool. Anyways, so coming off the all of that, let's get one that I definitely want in the Black Panther business. When is the release date for Black
13th
Panther?
of February.
So that will be the day
Tuesday.
The day. Well, it's gonna be. Should we talk about it next week because it gets released?
No, talk about it now. What's
We
the
can
problem?
talk about it again next week.
All
That's what
right.
I'm saying.
There's a couple of things then. Color. I forgot the name of the podcast. Is it Color Out the Box?
Yeah.
Color Out the Box. They've asked us something. Plus, Wahala brought it up it's privately in our WhatsApp group. Just so happened to be about the same subject. And I just want to ask a question. So David, what was his surname? Oyelowo.
I can't remember what his surname is. You know?
Oyelowo.
I don't know what it is, but the way
But
you say
anyways.
it don't sound right.
David, the dude. What film is he in? That's popular.
Selma.
Selma, yeah.
Yes. So Martin Luther King Jr. from Selma, aka David, the Nigerian, went to the Black Panther premiere in LA, where I think the dress code was you must come as like regal or kings or queen or something like that. That was the dress code. It was
David Oyelowo.
Oyelowo. Oh, that's it, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Anyway, so everybody came in. The people from Zimbabwe came in as native Zimbabwean clothes. The people in Nigeria came in their native Nigerian clothes. The people from Uganda came in their native Ugandan clothes, which I can't. Unfortunately, I can't rep it. It's not very.
So basically, everybody came in their native
And
attire
then he
from their
came
regions.
in. What did they call? It's Jasmine. They call that thing Jasmine print or what is it called?
Yeah.
Jasmine.
Not Jasmine.
That print
Dashiki.
No. It's called a particular print, man.
But it's a girl's name. There's a name for that
For the
print.
print.
Yeah,
Angelina.
something like that.
Angelina.
Whatever. To people out there, you will know what it is. Tweet us, let us know. So it's an Angelina tweet or something like that. I mean, Angelina tweet? Angelina print. And he came with just Angelina print, top, dashiki, and trousers. And
he looked
because he's Nigerian, he is blessed with having the most regal of clothes. So when they say come looking regal or come wearing traditional, as a Nigerian, you're blessed with saying, when I come and I come properly, I'll batter everybody else out there. And he chose just to come casual. He might as well have worn a suit because what he wore was extremely casual.
It wasn't even well fitted though.
And it wasn't the same color.
It wasn't.
It wasn't
It
matching.
was poor, man.
So Wahala's like, how can you wear this? And apparently there's a Nigerian Twitter that I don't know of. And the Nigerian Twitter was up in arms about it. The lady from Collate the Box said she sent it to her mother. And her mother sent it around anti-WhatsApp.
Anti-network. The network,
The
man.
anti-network.
That means Mr. Wolf got it, innit?
So he's getting...
Mr. Wolf got it, man.
So he's getting cussed all around by auntie and uncles all over.
I didn't even hear what you guys said.
Exactly.
He got sent to the Uncle Network.
Let's move on.
Anyway, so what do you think of the thing? And the question I was gonna ask, the main one, is if you're going to watch this film, not at an organized event, so because lots of these pockets are coming up of we're going to watch Black Panther wearing native, or you actually get blessed with an invite to the actual, European or UK premiere where you might go native. Because when I watched Queen of Ketway, I went to the
He's
premiere.
in that as well, innit?
Yeah, I went to the premiere of that, and me and my wife, I went in full Abala because it's a premiere, it's a red carpet. So that's why I went in my native thing. But
I just want you lot to see what this man wore again. Yeah.
yeah, would you go to the cinema wearing African regalia if it was just like an opening night, standard opening night?
Yes, blatantly. I'll go if I was a famous person.
No, I'm talking about you. One going to Cineworld or Odeon round the corner from your house on opening night.
Opening night? What do you mean, like opening night?
Black
as
Panther
as in
opening
the first,
night. You said it comes out on the 13th.
Oh, okay. You mean
So
like it's a normal? No,
That's what I said. Yes.
yeah. I might do. I might do. I don't see the reason for doing it, but I might do it.
Because everyone's like, I'm going dressed up. But not everybody's going on big first night, innit?
You know, if we were going squad deep, I would wear it. But if I'm just going on I might still wear my hat though. I might still put one on feel like to go where I'm going. I would tell the wife to put on a gele, but then everybody else won't be able to see in the cinema.
Excuse me, love. Can you
move that off your head, love? Take it off.
Why'd you have to go and wear that then? Hey?
Is that a hijab?
Your hijab's kind of high.
Bandaberka.
Boy, I think that there's one. Furthermore, let me just say this. I said it in the group before. I'm not going on the opening day for this thing. I'm not going on the Thursday or the Friday or the opening days, mate, because these right-wing, fascist, racist people, it is the perfect opportunity for them to open arms and open fire on the man them.
Nobody
Straight
open
up.
no fire on the man.
Listen,
You're talking about in
will hear
America?
it. Even here, man.
They'd-
I won't be
They'd be too
surprised.
scared to do it.
Nah, the Wakandas will be out, mate.
Boy,
Everybody's going with their sticks there.
Yeah, but the thing is that these people, especially in the States, they do these things without fear. They feel like they've got a obligation to help their country in it.
Nah, I don't think this Black Panther's in this country.
I'm not
even
taking
got
my
that
kids
same hype.
on the first.
Are
day.
we going squad deep?
I'm going before any of you lot even know, guys. So I don't wait for you people.
You
to
went
consider.
yesterday, didn't you?
If I would have gone, I would have gone. Yes.
But in terms of the picture itself, there's one meme that's going around. I can't remember exactly what it says. Meme.
It's an uncle thing, man. It's an uncle thing.
You know, maybe it's for the lies. Yeah.
How do you pronounce it?
Meme.
Meme.
I love this guy. He's my
whatever.
favorite guy in the world. You know.
And it says if this guy,
something going around, they call him mum.
Ma'am,
In the mum,
There's a mum.
That's what they call it in the Uncle Network. Innit?
There's a mum going
What's
around.
a mom?
meme.
Anyway,
Go
carry
ahead.
on.
Meme. Yeah, so there's one meme going around and it says if this guy was married to a black woman, she would not allow him to exit the house like that.
I actually agree. I'm not even gonna lie to you, and I'm not even being fully out there. Like,
Also, David Oyelowo.
He's in an interracial relationship. Yep.
I don't think that he could have. If he had taken his mum and dad there, maybe they might have even been there.
Oh, you know,
and they
'cause
saw him
I heard
before.
a snippet from the other podcast.
They would never let
and
him
they
in.
said the wife was wearing.
She was wearing something.
She was wearing like.
Angelina
bright
as well.
coloured this thing. But anyway,
I just have a picture of the wife.
I haven't seen what she was wearing.
in a slight defense to the guy, I've seen him out on numerous occasions.
Dressed
dresses up.
properly and
Yeah.
dressed well. But on this occasion,
He let the side down.
he let the side down.
Maybe
What
he
you're
did-
saying is that he dresses well when he's wearing European clothes.
No. I'm
I've
saying
seen
that
him.
No, he's
attire.
native, man.
In
Is
native
it?
attire,
Just
yeah.
native attire, much
I've seen
better.
him in Nigeria wearing native,
Yeah.
doing talks, looking proper. Because
Proper.
somebody will not allow him at the house looking that way. There is no way in hell that if his mum saw him or if his dad saw him like that, he would have been upset.
So
There
there has
is
to
no
be a
way.
question of who dressed him.
He just,
I don't
know. man.
Stavros doesn't see the big deal.
Yimbo.
I don't think he was dressed particularly well, but it was not the biggest deal.
I don't think it's a big deal, but
Who dressed him?
with the fact,
Yimbo.
but with the fact that everybody else is looking good and looking proper, and he is at a place looking like that.
Hey there, your outfit looks kind of snazzy.
I was listening to Maninati, and he's like he's going to the premiere.
What
He's
did
like,
you
he's
call
like,
him?
Maninati.
See, now you're just like me.
I don't listen to this dude, man. So I don't.
Manny Norte.
Manny Norte.
But I don't know if that's.
I don't know his name, man.
I don't know if he anglified the name as well, but yes, Manny Norte.
But basically, he said he's gonna go. I don't know what I'm gonna wear. He's like
David,
going
welcome
African
to the
reggae.
red carpet. What are you wearing tonight?
Oh, Yimbo.
He said he might bring out the kente cloth.
Yeah, why not, man? Anybody that wants to do that, do it. You know, enjoy yourself and do something different.
Sorry, let me understand something though. Why are we all wearing native to the film? I don't get it.
Because we're celebrating black culture.
Because we're so happy to have a film that is directed by a black person, starring,
Written
written
well,
by a
co-written.
black person, starring
Multiple
majority
black
black
people.
person, and it's a big budget film. In fact, this is this
Apparently,
as far as I'm
it's
concerned.
grossed the most out of the Marvel superhero films.
Well, no,
pre-sales.
Pre-sales, so yeah.
Yeah, and the fact that it is set in a time where basically the white man hasn't colonized a part of Africa, and it shows an idea of what we could have been, possibly without colonialism.
If we'd have stuck
So-
together.
I'm gonna wear native because of this.
No, I think it's more just a celebration, innit? It's
People,
you know,
it's just yeah.
yeah. I don't think it's that it's a must do, but I probably most likely am not going to wear.
His wife's got better clothes than him.
That's
Sorry.
what they were saying.
You know,
He
but
look- this is- it
Why,
does look-
why has the
one
wife got
is-
better clothes than him? Because she's...
He looks like a get out situation though. He doesn't look happy in a relationship in this particular picture. But she's got a better.
I've seen that.
She got a better cloth than he has. I don't know
not,
about the
not
belt.
particularly.
Let me
I
see.
don't know about the
It's
belt.
better than what he's wearing.
Yeah, I know, but it's still dry, bruv.
Not about the belt and whatever she's doing. She still tried to European it, but it's better than his.
That's dry, man.
Yimba.
Get me? That's dry like sand.
She has a chin like Clark Kent.
Why are you talking about the woman's chin for?
Look at it.
She has got a Clark
Look at
Kent
it.
chin, though.
We're looking at her clothes though.
She's got Superman chin.
Raw. Okay. Anyway, keep it moving.
Distinguished.
That's a good term to put it.
You see what my mic done? My mic looking at her.
Yeah, man, it went down.
Nah,
bruv.
I don't. Man shouldn't come out the house like that. That's rude. If you're gonna rep Nigeria, because that's what he was doing, don't rep like that.
David, that's just rude.
Okay, if you were going to an event like this, somewhere you wanted to go,
Yeah.
and you were happy with what you're wearing, and your missus said you must change, you can't go out like that. What are you gonna do?
What? And
As far as you're concerned, you're happy with what you're wearing.
she told me I'm ashamed.
You must change. You're not going out like that.
I'll change.
We're at a premiere.
Would ya?
You know,
You all right?
you're happy with what you're wearing.
If I'm happy with what I'm wearing and she come with me,
Yeah.
yeah, then I'll change. Because if I didn't like what she was wearing, I'll tell her the same thing.
I don't see a problem with what Wahala said. Sometimes you gotta take counsel, man, and
No,
listen.
if her
and
criticism
listen to
of my clothing was valid,
Yeah.
then yeah.
it's like you look once, you look twice, and she's actually got a point here. Then why not?
Because I'm such a fantastic dresser. I don't know if
No, there's
anybody-
times your
anybody
wife
has
should
to-
have told you to stay at home. Bro.
anybody has
There's times your wife should have said.
Then there might have been times she let him come out because she needed a laugh as well.
Yeah.
You get me?
At one time, Stav saw him in one native and he had some buttons. They look like clown buttons. I was like, what's going on? With one cardigan. I don't know why he made that cardigan. You know when you take something to the tailor and then you look at the picture and you look at what the man presented. Yeah, it was not the same thing at all.
What colour was it?
The black version
What
of
colour was
Krusty
it?
the
I can't
Clown.
remember, but it was a cardigan. What native clothes do you have that's a cardigan with buttons? It's only got one.
I have no cardigan. No.
You do.
No, maybe you're calling it a cardigan.
Well, that's what it was. It was like a one with buttons. And it was okay. Sorry, you would have called that a shirt. If you want to call that a shirt, you
It's
can
a
do
shirt,
it.
black
But
and-
you know what?
black and white.
You know what? Old women they wear those big buttons on their clothes. The ones you see in Coronation Street. Those big buttons. That's what
I
he was
think I
wearing.
know
I don't
what
know
it
what he
Vera
was-
cardigan.
Yeah.
Mommy and daddy made that. You know how much compliments I got? I wore that to a wedding.
No one should compliment that garment.
Enough compliments.
But uncles,
What, were you getting
No, no, no.
complimented by people of a certain age?
it was terrible.
by many men.
Like many man,
Older men.
Old man.
wish death upon you.
Anyways,
Blood in their eyes, 'cause they can't see.
Uncle.
all right.
Oh, hello.
Did you lot read the Stefflon Dunn tweets?
Yes. Well, not all of them, but I know what they were alluding to.
Let me see
One
if I
or
can
two.
find it.
Was that the light skin, dark skin thing?
It was indeed, yes.
All you dark skin hating on light skin bitches, don't act like if God gave you a choice, you wouldn't change your color. LOOL. Same as last week.
Oh.
So she tweeted that in 2013, April 2013. So people are reaching for. She's now popular enough for people to start reaching for her old tweets, and so somebody retweeted it like, huh? She deleted it and then denied. That wasn't me. I didn't do it. People are like, hold on, but it's been screenshotted. What are you talking about? Like, it's been
Wasn't me.
screenshotted. And she's like, nah. Then she started
Wasn't me.
like cussing some certain people. She told somebody, what was it, suck your mum or something like
Suck
that.
your mum.
That is apparently
Collect
the
you, bro.
biggest disrespect in the Caribbean.
What, suck your mum?
Yeah.
Suck your sour mama is actually more of a disrespect.
And suck your mama dry is the worst.
Yeah. Oh, that's deep though. You can't say them things, bro.
How can you tell somebody suck their sour mama?
That's mad.
How can your mum be sour?
Sour mama bomba lad.
So what's the question,
Yeah,
Stav,
what
man?
you-
Man's just reading the
Yeah,
tweets,
but-
bruv.
And get pressure himself as well. Look at me laughing. But I don't know. This Stefflon thing, man. I don't know, man. I think that people need to know that when you're famous, just delete your Twitter and start again.
No, but this is her opinion.
That's interesting, actually.
This is her opinion.
Just deleting your old Twitter.
Just
and
delete and
starting
start
from
again.
scratch.
This is her opinion, though.
Is anything
She
ever
thinks
deleted?
like that. We know that she thinks like that because she got into trouble about some other tweet about she saw someone working early mornings or something like that, and she said, "Why would you do a 9 to 5
Yeah, we spoke about that.
and be a boss for somebody else?" So this is the way she thinks. Do you know what I'm saying to you? Like she has this hierarchy system of some people are better than other people.
My
That's just it.
nephew was like, she was young. He was like, she's young. She's a youth. Probably just chatting rubbish. And it could be true. I don't know how she is now.
Wait,
I
but I'm saying-
co-sign Simple Simon
the
here.
tweet that she sent the other day is in the same
but
mental space.
No, I don't know. That's the same. I think
Mental space.
No,
Somebody's better than somebody else.
Yeah, okay. If you
And
wanna say,
she's always positioning herself to be the better one than somebody else.
Yeah.
Because she's light good.
well, she wants to break up herself, innit? I suppose.
Is that what I'm saying to you?
Yeah,
But
but you
what I
can
want to know
large
is
up yourself
where did it
without
come from?
knocking
I want
other
to see the
people.
tweet before. Did somebody tweet her saying you light skinned bitches is this?
Some
And then
people
she- and
just
then-
tweet for no reason, bruv. They
No,
just-
I
they
was-
just
I wanna
tweet
know
For
for
those of you that don't know Stefflon, she's very light skinned.
Yeah.
So
Apparently she got dark-skinned families.
Light skin privileges then.
Yeah,
Is
of
there
course
such
she
a
has
thing as light skin privilege now?
Yeah, of course.
There
There's
always
been
has
a
been.
privilege of the light
I think
skin
that's a real mum in that music video, innit? When she's in Jamaica and she goes,
people.
Yeah.
16 shot,
And
enemy
she's
and
dark
my
in that.
mother.
And the mum, was the mum dark?
No, not really.
Okay, I can't
She's
remember
not
what she
like
looks
she's not ultra.
She says
light.
she's got dark skinned family. That's what she tried to use, like a proper white person.
That is
I
just
got
so
black-
bait, bruv.
I got black friends.
I think a day or two later,
So
she
fucking
I got a
said,
cousin who's dark.
without black women, there would be no me. So sorry if anyone took offense to what was said.
Is she mixed race?
She's backtracking now.
I don't know
innit?
what she is. Man.
Well, I don't know. She grew up in one place in Europe, either Amsterdam or something. Yeah, I think she's Dutch.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought she was English.
No, she grew up in.
16 shot, enemy and my mother.
If I remember rightly.
All right.
I quite like her song.
No, my thing is that there's always been this thing between
Shadeism.
some people. Yeah, man. It's for me, all black everything, man. I love it all
Shadeism for me is more sad than racism.
because you're against each other. innit?
Yeah. Shadeism for me is more sad than racism.
So I should stop calling Simple Simon beige.
Never. I don't know if you should stop that abuse.
Never.
But when I say shadeism, I mean actual people that
I
believe that they are better than the
don't
other person.
Get it. I mean, I get it, but I don't get it.
Why would we think
Why
they're
she
better
would say
now?
something like
Like
that?
we've discussed this before, and we spoke about having preference and bring it down to basics, just in having a woman,
Yeah.
whether you want a dark skinned woman or that. And I said that for me, I like big bottom or whatever, body shape.
I like
But
big butts.
Your skin, as long as you're black, that's what matters to me. And it's like I just don't get men that's like, I prefer darker skin or I prefer like. I just don't get it. I just don't. I don't see color.
Joker.
Yeah, but
It's just you're black in it, so that's it. Are you good looking?
there's
Do you have a
some-
nice
there's
face?
some men-
Are your eyes facing the right way?
You
So,
can-
know,
there's
but
some men
how can you
who
not get
would
it?
say that the darker looking you are, the less attractive you are.
Blatant. But
I don't get it.
you as the darkest one,
I
yeah?
don't, but that's what they say.
Yeah,
You must understand it because you telling me you haven't felt the prejudice against yourself.
yeah, but I don't get why you do it. So I don't get it. I don't get it.
Well, you're
Yeah,
not
but you
light
should
skinned.
get
That's
it,
maybe
though.
why you don't get it.
Sorry,
You should get it though.
but what difference does it make if you're dark or light, black? You're black.
Because the perception that we've been given since the time that we
Yeah, that's why I say
entered this
I
world
get that bit.
is
but I don't
that
get it.
anything that is white and light is better from the white ball on a snooker
Maybe,
table
you
to
know,
But
to
it's.
There's just
I
certain
think what
things.
Stavs is saying is why is it like this in the black community? Why do
No,
blacks
that-
have it?
no, that's-
issue against
that's
black?
what
The
he's
point.
saying.
We've always been taught.
You've been
But
brainwashed.
then that's a level of racism that's always been inbred in the community.
It's to the point where
yeah.
the
But
point
it's,
where
order-
it's,
it-
it's a
you'll
product
see
of the
it-
oppression, though. That's
Yeah,
what it is.
and you'll see it in films and in television that relates to slavery times. The light skins will be in the big house,
The light
and the
skins.
darks will be in the fields.
Can I ask you a
because
question?
that's how it was.
I just think it's weak-minded people that feel like that.
Can I ask you a question? Because I was having a debate with Louisa. Big up Louisa. I used to be on ESN, right? And she was saying that the men now, the dark skinned men, it's nothing for them now. We don't have this same issue. Dark skinned men are cool. We're in the vogue. We don't have this problem. Nobody cares anything or thinks anything different about dark skinned men. We're all right. It's only dark skinned women that are still having this problem. Now, do you think that's the case?
Is that has that
I don't know.
I've transcended all this stuff, man.
has that come about because of the fact that white women tend to like dark skinned men?
Fetish dark skinned men.
Yeah, but like
Fetishize.
over that time,
She wasn't specific about what she meant, though, innit? It wasn't work.
She was just saying that
walking down the street,
yeah. Because that's what I understand.
relationships.
I've
Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, because okay, go on.
No, so I was saying that maybe that the prevalence of that relationship happening more often means that.
That we look better because white girls want us.
I think
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, basically.
Nah,
I think
'cause
over the
white
last
men always with dark
few
skin women.
years, dark skinned men have become a lot
In
more
fashion.
Yeah, in vogue.
But let's be honest.
From
If
set that free.
Stav was walking down the street, and I don't know, somebody as light as RB Shaw was walking down the street, and the old woman was looking at the two of them, she would think he was the predator.
Yeah, but that's we just talked about that. That's
Yeah,
because-
but so then it's still there, isn't it? As much as you may say that yes, we may be looked at as not being looked at as ugly anymore, we're still looked at as the predator. We're still looked at as the buck. Is that what they used to call us? The men that used to breed the
And
women.
if we're talking about white people being attracted to black people, I think white men tend to, when they go out with black, tend to pluck the finest of dark women.
Yes.
With natural hair.
I've seen it
wait-
with natural hair.
Yeah.
I've seen it
Yeah.
so many times.
They
you
don't
know.
go for weave.
You know,
but-
That's what I'm
I'm
saying.
waiting any day for Lupita to come with white. I'm waiting for it. It's gonna happen.
It's funny how white men are more pushing the natural movement than black brothers are doing.
I don't think they're pushing it,
I don't
but
think- that's what they-
it
this is what they
seems
deal
like
with.
they just tend to fall for that type.
Maybe
The
it's
woman.
natural women that tend to be.
more receptive.
Yeah,
Maybe.
maybe.
More receptive.
Maybe.
Yeah,
You
I'd
say,
say
so you're-
47.
so you're saying that
No, I'm not saying that. I'm asking questions.
the natural woman
I'm
is.
asking questions.
They don't want that drama, boy.
I'm asking questions. I'm not saying
You
anything.
say the natural woman is more susceptible to mayonnaise.
Yes,
That's
Man,
what-
they did
to
that.
Hellman's. Yes,
I think that
So what's black chocolate spread?
I just think that
Nutella.
You know what they would call it? They would call it Marmite, the bastards. They
I
would.
either love them or you hate them.
I
They
just
would.
think
They would.
I think that with this Stefflon thing, I think that it's basically in society
Bless you.
the light skinned girls, because light skinned girls get it, you know. That's why I asked what the actual thing before that came from. Because as much as they get the love and they get whatever, there are some blatant women and men that hate dark skinned girls. They'll tell you that lighties are slags, they're this.
Hold on.
fact,
You're
I've heard
mixing
somebody
it.
say
You're
that other day.
mixing dark skin and light skin. So pick
No,
one.
I'm saying that the reason why I asked the question as to
said
why
this.
did she say this tweet is because somebody might have gone at her for being light skinned. That's what I'm asking. What came before it?
Yeah, then you said dark skin. You said light skin girls.
Yeah,
get
you
it.
said
Then
it
you
wrong
you
way.
hate dark skin girls. Then
Yeah,
you
he-
started going on light skin girls. I'm like,
he
pick
got-
Sorry,
one.
so
But anyway, it's cool.
dark skinned people, I've seen them go at light skinned girls.
Okay, so
I've seen them call them lighties. I've seen dark skinned guys call bare dark skinned guys that we know will call lighty a slag just because they're light. Bruv, I've heard somebody very close to you to say that's lighty behavior. That's what they do. Lighty girls don't know how to behave. I've heard it. I've heard people say light skinned girls are stupid. I've heard people say light skinned girls are more susceptible to sleeping with men. I've heard all of this.
So it's
So as much as we,
it's like blondes kind of thing.
yeah, as much as we cuss them for
Yeah.
feeling that they are superior, because a lot of them do also feel that, there is a lot of hate for light skinned people out there, you know, from the black community.
When I was in secondary school, light skinned girls were pregnancy. That's what we used to call them.
Yes.
Because they used to. But it happened. It was because it happened.
It was more direct mixed race.
I want-
it was more than- it was
would-
sorry, yeah, it was more than mixed race than
Mixed
light skin.
race,
Yeah.
When I was young, the mixed race girls were known to be slags.
Oh,
Like,
I
I don't know about those to be slang. I'm just saying that
I'm
they got
not-
pregnant at
I
school.
want you to understand when he said their pregnancy, that's a verb. So it's like, what is she? She's pregnancy. That meant she was mixed race.
Yeah, can we be
I'm
politically
not
correct when we
knocking
do
it.
mixed race,
You
half
know.
caste?
No. Ooh.
I'm not knocking them, but when I was young,
Big up
They-
all
they
the
got-
uncles and aunts.
banged a lot. They got banged a lot.
Brother, you said that before. Man must reiterate it. Boy.
I
No,
remember
but, and I'm saying that perception,
Are you saying mixed race girls are easy?
when I was young in secondary school,
When
they got banged a lot.
J.R. Hartley.
and I'm saying this now. So as much as we are saying that, you know, the dark skinned girls, you know, get it and, you know, they're not really loved by the public, and I agree with that. Not ever think that I don't agree with that. They do get it. They're not loved by the public, although I think perceptions are changing because a lot of the celebrities that we see now are quite big in the black celebrity scene as dark skin, by the way.
Yeah,
the
but-
new ones. But I just want to say that as much black skin girls get it too, and they get it in abusive tones. They get called a lot of words that people don't like to call.
potentially she was like lashing back on.
I
she
don't
was
know.
defending herself.
I don't know, but I just think that tweet's
I'm
wild.
tired of these attacks.
If it just came from nowhere, it's just wild.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
It would've
People
come from
come out
somewhere.
with tweets just for the sake of tweeting, you know.
No, sometimes you're thinking of something, innit? You don't have a big
Yeah,
conversation
but it's
on
not
the
a
tweet.
response from another tweet. That's what I'm saying.
You don't know where it came from.
So-
It could have been something that happened on Instagram, and she went
yeah,
on to
but-
Twitter to
Or
talk
Yeah,
it
about
could,
but
it.
it could happen
point-
in real life, and then she tweeted about the response.
and she may have just been thinking about it and put it out there.
That's
All
very
right, so the question I'm asking is, should we bury her for these tweets or not?
I don't care, to be honest.
I don't care enough about her to bury her about it.
I think to this. I think if she was actually apologetic about it, then just leave it.
Some people say once you start saying sorry if you got offended by what I said, then it's like you're not saying sorry. You're just saying exactly what you say, Wahala. I'm sorry if you're upset, but I'm not actually sorry about what I said.
Yeah, that's probably
Yeah,
right.
but again, the thing is with like she done that same thing, but with her, I think the point is she's made the commentary, and how are we now gonna move forward? Like, are we supposed to punish her for that?
I don't know, man. I'm blatantly prejudiced when it comes to this type of stuff. Because if it was a white person that did it that way around, I would say burn them in hell, burn them down, burn them.
I don't care when the white people do it either.
I care because I think that they've relinquished that privilege.
The
to
fact
be able
that
to
she
do that
deleted it and tried to deny it is probably the biggest thing that I'm thinking.
shit is a stupidness.
Yeah, it's a complete
You
foolishness.
panic sometimes, innit? Because she didn't know how to hack it. She's at
16
the time
fucking
she might have been on the come
minutes.
up, or she might not have even been doing any music. But now she's on the cusp of becoming big,
A big star, man. Yeah,
so
she's big,
this,
man.
So this is like, oh, this could mess up my career. This is something that could dent me, and it's like I'm scared. Just delete it quick, because you know actually somebody like wrote whoa or something. So they brought it back to the foreground, and then another girl said you could just delete this, and move on. And she must have took the person's advice. The girl wrote you could just delete this.
And I think she's probably the best thing that.
And she must have read that.
Let's delete your Twitter, man. As soon as you become famous, just delete your Twitter.
Okay, so this show blows up. You deleting your Twitter?
I'm trying to. The reason why this show would blow up is probably stuff that I would write on my Twitter. So I don't really necessarily have to delete my Twitter. But if I was getting to a situation where I was doing other type of stuff that's got nothing like the podcast, like if I started to go into, I don't know, I don't think I've written anything that bad in my Twitter that could get me.
Let's say you got into politics.
I might delete my Twitter. Anything that's affecting my money, I might delete the thing. But if they ask me for my perspective on something, I'll tell them though.
But then you'll do it through the lens of being a politician now, and understanding that even though you can portray a message, there's different ways of portraying a message. So I can be more diplomatic now. I can say the same thing, just be diplomatic about how I'm going to say it. Whereas on Twitter back in the day,
anyone can read something and it can be taken in any way, shape or form. But I just think if it's about the podcast, then most of the things I would have written on Twitter, would have been exactly what I would have said on the podcast. So no, I might not delete my Twitter for that. But if I became famous and I knew that I had some stuff there that's going to affect my career, affect the money that's going to feed me and my family, and all I have to do is delete my social media, I'll delete my social media. What am I doing? And I'll carry on as normal.
Yeah, a lot of things can be taken out of context anyway. So,
are you going to delete your social media when you become that big actor?
am I gonna delete my social media when I come big? Boy, I might have to,
Why don't you just start from now then?
because I'm not big yet.
That's why it's bipolar now. That's why it's giving us different names. So you can say, that was me.
Well, the other guy, what me?
All right,
Me, myself, and Irene.
bitch. Have you seen that advert?
I've seen
Yeah.
the stupid advert.
The Fenty advert.
I haven't seen it, you know.
I'm not seeing it.
Nope.
I know this one would not have seen it.
Mr. Wolf hasn't seen it, no.
All right, I'll bring it.
Why would you say that?
What, that you haven't seen it?
Yeah.
Because you're not going to check the brief, man. Anyways.
Fair
So,
enough.
have you read the
You don't listen when
Have
we
you read the
talk
topics?
to you.
Yes, but I haven't watched the advert.
Yeah, I didn't post it on there with it. So there's a Fenty advert where
Fenty
instead
deal.
of saying "What's up," it's the same premise as the "What's up" advert from Budweiser back in the day. It's women now instead of men. Instead of Budweiser, it's Fenty makeup, and instead of "What's up," it's "Bitch."
And they're all different tones, by the way.
Yeah.
Which is obviously to show that they've got different tones of the
Let me
makeup.
see. Let me see if
I
can
remember seeing a video of a woman on Instagram showing different ways to say bitch and what bitch means. It's
Social justice warriors are gonna come for her.
Yeah, it's similar to Yorubas or Nigerians saying this thing. You know, that it can mean a number of different things. You know, go and bring me this thing. Did you do this thing?
I don't agree that women should call each other bitches.
This is my thing. This is an advert. Are you telling me that this is gonna go on prime time?
No, it's
and
probably a viral thing. It's probably
That's the internet.
Put it on the internet, innit?
Fair
Again,
enough.
it's a
Madness.
colloquialism for how you will respond to your fellow woman. It's how you call your brethrens and whatnot.
Same for the N-word then.
I don't agree
but
with
again,
it.
But again, yeah. This is what I was gonna say to you. It's coming from unfortunately, it's coming from the same place as the N-word.
Yeah.
Because women didn't decide to call women bitches. Men were calling women bitches.
And now they're owning.
And now they're trying to own it.
Yeah.
And they're not saying bitch now, they're saying biatch
And
as
it
well.
annoys me so much. I hate
It is the same premise.
I hate women calling each other bitches. That's one of my pet peeves. I really hate it. You gonna play the whole of it? You gonna play the whole of it?
Hey girl, are you almost ready? I'm trying to get to the party before the halftime show starts. Don't be rushing me. I'm trying to be popping too. What you got on there? You already know it's that glass bomb, no. Bitch! 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 Where's Asia?
Yo, Asia.
Bitch! Bitch!
That's good enough.
You
get the premise.
It annoyed me when I was listening to it the first time and this time.
I didn't even. Okay,
I would want to know what these women think about this thing.
But they all look shades of brown.
They all call themselves bitches.
They're all shades of brown though.
No, women generally, not on the advert.
I'm talking about in general. You see these women calling themselves bitches. Look at this bitch.
It's messed up.
Bish.
Bish.
It's messed up that they've adopted the name. Like, it's amazing.
I don't know why a woman would want to call another bitch.
Do any of your
Are they-
women
are they
call
trying to
each other
reclaim it?
bitches?
I don't think so. I think
my woman don't.
I don't think so. But I think maybe she might have said it about somebody else, like on TV or something, and I'll be like, I tell her, don't say that. Even if you don't like the person, I don't agree with that.
Oh, as an insult, you won't say it. You won't let. If my woman is insulting you, then insult innit. If you're saying it as a term of endearment to your friend, then it's like, no, I don't want you to say that. If you're insulting someone, you insult them innit.
It's more even I hate when they talk about themselves.
But that's the point. Yeah,
I'm
that's
that
what I'm
bitch. No, you're not. Don't call yourself a bitch in front of me, because I will switch.
So would you be upset with calling a man a dog? That's my dog.
Huh?
My dog. Well, bitch is a female dog, innit?
I don't call man dog either.
Yeah, but dog.
Yo, dog. That's my dog.
What's up, dog?
Yo.
If a bedroom dude come up to you, what's up, dog?
You ain't gonna be upset.
I'm not gonna be about that. I'm not gonna be. I'm not gonna say I'll be angry about that.
Do you
but
not sing it in a DMX song?
what?
Get at me,
dog.
dog.
Get at
That's
me,
him.
dog.
That's him, innit? I'll talk about him. It's not my problem.
But
I'm
when
not a family member.
when the song
I
comes
won't
on,
go
you'll
call
sing
you
it.
lot. Yes, dogs. Yes, dogs.
Ironically, I call my car the bitch.
And you ride it.
I call my car slag
Is it?
because it's always dirty.
Ah.
I don't call my car about the slag. But no, I don't agree with women calling each other. But I don't like it. It's not for me. I'm old fashioned like that. I don't like it.
I wonder if they let that on TV actually.
They'll probably. It sounds like it's a Super Bowl advert.
I don't like it.
Potentially. After well,
That word has become so popular.
it's a lot of money
Like, there's a lot
to promote in the Super Bowl, but I don't know if Fenty got that money.
A lot of swearing happens on television that they bleep, but they don't bleep the word bitch.
Yeah, because they don't look at it as a swear word.
I don't know because Super Bowl they show it during the middle of the day in it, so no.
Yeah, nah, it's an accepted word now. I remember
Yeah,
back in
it's
the
not a
day
swear word.
when I used to listen to Choice FM, way back in the day, the word bitch always used to get cut out. And now, at 2 p.m. or whatever time this capital thing is on now, these kind of things are
They
on.
don't cut a bitch.
They don't cut it out, bruv.
Oh. She's a bitch. Was that one of the first words? The Missy Elliott song. I think that's one of the first ones that they like. Well, yeah, you know, it's that good.
They do
It's
not
that
censor
fire.
the thing. They don't censor the thing no more.
But it's not really a word to be censored because it actually means a female dog.
No, but it's a curse word. We know what it means, but it's a curse
The
word.
word that you don't like, Mr. Wolf saying, means something.
What's that?
Once you go through the list of calling somebody a bitch and a hoe.
Shame.
See you next Tuesday.
Oh, cunt.
I don't want him saying it in the private. I just don't understand why he has to say it in the public.
And he loves saying it as
In
well.
the
Look at him
public.
smiling.
Shame.
Kim Kardashian and her braids and her showing herself. I know you saw the pictures, innit?
I saw
Do you
that.
even want to
I
talk
know
about
you see
Did
the
anyone
pictures.
want to talk about this Kim Kardashian thing?
No, I
man,
don't
she's
care.
I'm
You
talking
know
about the uproar from it because I don't get.
cares?
Oh,
no.
the
My
uproar-
point is,
do you
she
know-
was wearing braids in the thing.
Go on. What do you think the problem is? Go on.
That she's wearing braids.
No, that's not the problem.
Go on in.
She
That her
wore
titties were
braids.
sagging.
No, that's not the problem either. She wore braids and then said, "I'm doing Bo Derek."
Who's about her?
Bo Derek's an old white woman
Bo Derek.
that one time was wearing braids.
Bo Derek was
I
one
wa-
of the first white women to wear braids.
And then she's making it sound like that's where it comes from.
No, she's not making it sound.
Well, that's
like
what
she
it made.
She said
that's why people are.
she's copying Bo Derek.
But she's not copying just
But
Bo
she,
Derek,
but that's, but as far as she can, if you dress up like,
she knows what she's doing.
Let's-
She's had this before. She's had previous.
okay,
Don't defend previous.
She got
She's
priors,
been
she got
told, man.
priors.
She's
Listen.
been told, don't do it.
listen,
Don't do it.
If you
Please
decide,
don't do it.
if you went out with a bandana around your head and you said you're dressing like Tupac, well, let's say you said you're dressing like Drew Santana,
Yeah.
and somebody's like, no, it's Tupac, or it's somebody else before that, you'd be like, but as far as I'm concerned, I'm imitating this dude for whatever
She
reason.
has previous. Stop
can't-
giving this
you
woman
cannot-
benefit of
you
the doubt,
cannot-
man.
You cannot tell me who I'm copying. I'm copying this woman.
Stop giving her benefit of the doubt, man.
I'm not black, so why should I copy the blacks? I'm copying the white.
No.
I'm wondering, as
on.
Kanye,
As I wonder.
do you get fed up with your wife being naked in all these public photos?
He doesn't care. He loves it.
Because he likes the attention whore, isn't he? So that's giving him more attention.
No, because the first thing I thought is, Kanye can't be happy with this because everyone has seen
I've
his
heard
wife.
him.
And then the second thing I said was, I don't even believe these pictures and stuff anymore. Have you seen that deep face or whatever that thing is called? Some new technology now where
think so.
you can
No.
you can change a person's face in video and in shots
Yes.
and put somebody else's complete face there. They've been
Yeah.
testing it out on celebrities. What's it called? Deep?
I forgot the
It's
name
either
of it.
deep face or deep. I can't remember.
I'll get the name of it. I'll get the name. But what I'm saying is that Kanye, I think
Deep fake.
Deep face.
I went to look for these pictures to post them into the group. So I went on her Twitter and they're there. And then what was the next set of pictures? Her promoting her husband's upcoming fashion line.
You
There you
see?
go.
So I reckon she was just drawing attention to herself.
Yeah, that's what she does.
Because, and then she's like, well, okay, now that everybody's here, watch the new Yeezy.
That's what
Yeezy season 4.
That's what Joe Biden said. Joe Biden was like, as soon as he saw the picture, he goes, "What is Kanye coming out with a new album?" And they're like, "Whoa, I don't know." He goes, "I bet you something comes out from Kanye. That's why she's done it." She just draws attention to herself. But everybody always says that she always does it after Beyonce does something, because you know there was the Grammys all going on about Beyonce, and usually when something happens with Beyonce, that Beyonce gets a lot of attention.
Beyonce gets a lot of attention.
No, but like
every week.
no, like a lot of attention for something.
Well, she
particular
didn't get nothing massive this week. Then,
You know, it was about the Grammys, innit? Because they were talking about her and Jay-Z and the family and all that stuff. They were talking a lot about her and
Her and Jay-Z and what Jay-Z said about Donald Trump.
and the Grammys and all that stuff. And then every time she does something and Beyonce's in the news for something, Kardashian brings out a tea.
So are we saying that?
And she brought out a titty as well.
Are we saying that we might have got this wrong and Kanye might actually be pimping her?
He could be pimping
I
his
think
house,
that's
like.
what he's
they might
doing.
be
I
pimping
remember
each
him being on a radio station. I can't remember which one it was. It might have been the Breakfast Club. But he's saying that she is the modern day Marilyn Monroe. He loves the idea of her. He likes it, you know. And I think it is a money making.
And the reason why I'm saying
I think
pimping
that
is
was the Breakfast Club.
because even with pimps,
That's the one you said.
they have babies with their top holes in it. They do.
No, they call him the bottom bitch. Bottom
Bitch, yeah.
That's what they call him.
They have babies with the top one, the bottom bitch. So he's doing the same thing, and he sends her out there to get his money. Because
That's
look,
what I'm saying.
she just funneled everyone towards whatever Kanye is doing
Look,
now.
as far as I'm concerned,
This might be the next level of
he went
get
from
out.
he went from
Pimping.
stripper.
He might be getting.
He went from stripper to porn star.
Yeah,
He went from stripper to porn star.
Yeah, for real. You know.
we went from stripper to porn star.
Kanye West.
What's her name, innit?
Amber Rose stripper.
Yeah,
Then he took it to a porn star.
Who's apparently had a breast reduction.
he's pushing his boundaries.
Yeah.
He took it. So as far as I can say, he don't care about all of this
She's
situation.
a porn star because she had one video that leaked.
One video that she sold.
She
One
sold it. She
time.
sold it.
She sold it.
Yes.
Of course, man.
So as far as I'm concerned, you are now a porn star. Same
But
way Ray J is a porn
once
star.
it's leaked, would you not then? In fact, okay, you have a video that you've done with somebody. It leaks. You're relatively famous or you're well known, and it gets leaked somehow. Whatever, who knows? Somebody hacks your account. Do you? And it's out there. Would you then sell it?
Well, why wouldn't I? Because it's already out there. It's already spreading. Might as well sell it, then, goddamn. Why should you not be able to?
Would you take photo shoots for it though?
Oh, hang on.
Like cover spread and them things there. Like
Whoa,
for the cover.
wait a minute.
Yeah,
wait,
you sell it,
wait,
and they say,
goddamn.
where we want a DVD cover, so just come and take a picture with the woman that you was with, and that's it. Like fully clothed or whatever, but you're just there.
Shit.
And then they slap it on the DVD.
Stuck at the DVD.
They even ask you to do. They'll pay you extra money if you do. What's
Behind
it,
the scenes.
the document. They're talking over
Yeah,
the
behind the
thing.
scenes.
So in
Generation.
this moment, I had cramps, but I struggled through.
Like, y'all don't see it, but my leg over there got cramp. My leg over there got cramp. Watch. I'm going to adjust myself right now.
If I was going to
about
sell
to
it,
come
if I was
right
going to sell
now.
it, I would definitely take the extra
Yeah.
money
Yeah.
to do that. I would even take that. I would ask, can I do the commentary?
Right. Okay.
I was about to come right there,
Yeah.
but I stopped myself.
Yeah, you see that one there where like where I came out, I pretended like I was off balance. I wasn't off balance. I was about to lose my shit.
See that twitch, that little shut up? That was
no.
pre-cum. That was pre-cum.
I don't know. You know.
Around 3 minutes and 4 seconds, I hit her ass kind of hard, and that was because I needed to shake myself.
Bro, have you done this before? Huh? You've done this before?
Huh?
Hold on.
Don't mind my pants.
Hold on.
I didn't know it was gonna go down this night.
Watch my pull-out game.
Yeah.
There you go.
Watch this draft.
Okay, wait. She gonna say something to me now. Yeah, when she said that pissed me off. I said, God damn, I'm gonna get you.
She asked me to slap her, and I was like, I'll slap you.
I obliged.
Happy to oblige, ma'am.
I don't know. Would you sell it?
Yeah. Oh, I want to come back on something very quickly. 2 or 3 weeks ago, we talked about the something monkey in the jungle.
Yeah,
Cheeky's
the
monkey in the
H&M.
Coolest.
H&M.
Everyone keeps saying cheeky, but it's coolest.
H&M.
Coolest monkey in the
The
jungle.
H&M coolest monkey in the jungle top, and we discussed, would you allow your child to do it for, I think it was 2.5 million or something like that, and I said yes, and I said I was 60% leaning towards yes, and the whole evening I was dwelling on it. I couldn't wait to talk to my missus. I spoke to her about it the next day. So I've been thinking about this for weeks, and she said no, and then I said yes, because remember I said I need to discuss it with people, and basically it's been bothering me, and my answer is no. I've changed to no, I wouldn't do it. It's been bothering me since I said I was debating doing it, and then as I left, I'm like, why would I do it? And then when the missus said no, and she didn't think about it for more than 3 seconds, would you do it? 1, no. Simple. And I said, that's my wife. And I've said, yeah, next episode I'm going to tell the guys. And I haven't told you yet. So I'm telling you now, I keep forgetting. But yeah, I want to take that, because I don't want people to have heard that and for that to stick there. I want them to know that I wouldn't do it.
So you wouldn't pimp your daughter?
For 2.5 million.
Yeah.
And is that because the wife said no?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
No. I said it was bothering me even before I spoke to her about
He
it.
left you alone now, by the way, Mr. Because you're the only one on the other one that said yes.
No.
Both
Both of them said they'll do 60%.
Okay.
But they haven't confirmed the full yes. But they said they were leaning towards a yes. So I've gone into the no section. I wouldn't do it, and partially because of what my wife said.
Now what she said?
She said no.
Like I said, I was.
Yeah, but what
the long-
she flesh that out?
No,
She didn't take any time before she said no.
She said no, and then I said, you know, why? I can't remember, because like I said, it's weeks ago now. And she said, yeah, the money would be good, but I just wouldn't feel comfortable doing it. And it wasn't a big deal. It was just a no. It was like, and that's it. So if it was a bigger deal, then she would have given me more info. But it wasn't a big deal. It was like, no, I wouldn't do it. If the money is not worth it, that's
She said no. She slapped him and said, shut your mouth. Don't speak that shit to me again.
And then I said that I was leaning towards the 60% or whatever. And she's like, I understand why you said that. But I don't know.
You obviously don't want
to.
You obviously don't want to
I'm
eat.
glad that you come back on that, because I think it's too, for me. For somebody that doesn't even like their youth to be on faces with you on internet, you're gonna be making be a monkey.
Yeah.
It just makes no sense to me.
No, but this was on the premise that your kid is a model, innit? So although he doesn't like the idea of the pictures of his daughter, but your daughter's a model.
We tried to. Did you know that we put her up for modeling?
Yeah, you said.
And they said that we have too many people of her criteria.
What does that mean?
Too many blacks.
Too many black girls. We don't need. We have our quota of black girls.
That's not well.
With afros.
We've got 2. That's enough.
We don't need more black girls.
That's
with
more
cute
like
black girls with afros.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, we filled our quota of 2. Thank you.
it's a nonsense.
But anyway, so sorry.
How many black babies are in the country anyway?
Yeah, for real. Flipping it.
And she loves to model as well. You know, I took her on a photo shoot the other day, and she's there posing. She's a champion. Anyway, so sorry. Let's get back to
Talking about Kardashian.
Next question.
Sorry, can I just going off that porn thing? Yeah.
How long?
I just don't know, man. It's never. One and a half almost. Well, so
Goddamn.
what? It's always stayed with me, and it's always hurt me for some. I don't know why it hurts me, because it's nothing to do with me.
What's that?
Montana Fishburne always hurts me still to this day.
Oh,
Is it because you're such a fan of Lawrence?
No, not really. It's just like
it was
you wake up one day and your daughter that this is what as a father, yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
By the way, for those that don't know, Lawrence Fishburne's daughter has done porn movies.
Okay. So
I think it was just the one. You know?
she did more than one. She did 2.
Okay, 2.
All right. But she went to go
More
and
than
actually, she wasn't a sex tape. She went to go and do porn.
Yeah.
Right. So and she was doing hoeing as well before the porn.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. It was mad. So, as a father, yeah, you have taken yourself to, you know, a level where you've made enough money to support your daughter.
I think you're looking at it the wrong way.
No, but I'm looking at it. I know, but I am looking at it that way. You apparently had a good relationship. She used to live with him in everything. Yeah, it wasn't a case. She used to live with him. I don't think she lived with the mum. She used to live with him. He looked after her, had the money, blah blah blah, and then your daughter just for whatever reason.
Maybe he supported her.
I don't. No, he never supported that because remember he tried to buy them all. He tried to buy everything in it. He tried him and his boys. Well, like, all of the celebrities all went together and they would try to put enough money to try and buy all of the rights for the video.
No.
And
I didn't know that.
It hurts me to this day that the man had to see his daughter getting banged out on the video.
So what you're saying is that all the other women that do porn, you know, are worried about their parents.
No, the celebrity parents, isn't it?
I am. But this one here,
if they make the choice to go and do that, what's your problem?
That's Florence Fishburne, man.
So you're saying porn
funny,
is a poor choice to do?
For me, yeah. I'm not with this. I want my daughter to be alright doing porn. I'm not. I won't be
Basically,
happy.
Morpheus should have seen it.
I'm not happy with my daughter doing porn. I'm not happy with my son doing porn.
Man said basically Morpheus should have seen it coming. You are a scumbag.
He took the red pill, boy.
Raw.
She took the blue.
Morpheus should have noticed the glitch in the Matrix.
I think the only thing that upset me about that Montana Fishburne thing was she had spots on her bum.
Bottom.
Right?
Yeah, they even abused the woman as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I just
spotted
thought,
bum.
let me
Well,
not.
it is natural. Come on now.
Yeah, but we didn't need to see it.
Pure spot on the bottom.
There was no need for it.
Why would you like? Why, man? I always said that if it was
The
me, I would
disillusion of
have took her
porn.
onto Oprah and beat her live on Oprah. That's sure that I come.
I would have taken her on Oprah and done a Jerry Springer.
Just be alive with Oprah, boy.
You're not allowed
we
to
going
be on Oprah.
We're going on Oprah to discuss this, and they'll be like, "So, Lawrence, how do you feel about your daughter to take off the belt straight? You never in your life do this. Daddy, no." I mean, I wouldn't even beat my daughter.
Talking about public beatings, that doctor for the US gymnastics team.
How
Was it him that the dad went to go?
Yeah.
The dad went
So he's been sentenced to. Did I say this last
126
week?
years or something?
125 years. I think we said it last week. But anyways, so he's been convicted now, and he's gonna go away for life. But in the court, one of the fathers of, and this is the situation now, he had 3 daughters going through gymnastics, and he molested all 3 of his
Oh
daughters.
my God! Is that? I didn't know that.
Yeah, all 3 of his daughters, he was put them through gymnastics. And I don't know whether it was the school or whether it was the Olympic team, because it happened over a school and an Olympic team. He was the person for both.
Raw.
And so he did it with all 3 daughters. So he was in the courtroom, and he asked the judge, "Can I say something?" And she said, "I'd like you to say it." And he's like, "Can you give me 5 minutes with this person in a room?" And she's like, "Obviously, no, I can't do that." He said, "Just 1 minute." And she said, "No, I can't do that." And then he just ran and tried to hit the man. And the police that are there obviously stopped him, gripped him, put him down, cuffed him up.
He launched at the guy. Literally, like
No, he ran. There's another one where that dude launched.
Launched. Both.
What? If you were the police, would you let him get a licking before you stop him?
Yes.
Straight.
Yes.
I think that's a unanimous thing.
I'll
Definitely.
push the man to him as well.
You could see when he was getting cuffed and he was, being put down to the ground or whatever, there was a policeman who was talking in his ear. And the only thing that I can, hope that he was saying is that, listen, I can understand why you were doing this, but I can't allow you.
I could
to
hear
do it.
somebody saying like, you can't.
Yeah, they kept saying
You
that.
get
You
me?
could hear him. He's like, "You can't stop. You can't. Calm down."
But you do
can't.
know-
I know that you want to,
But
and I want
The
you
prison
to.
guards are gonna
but-
beat the
Fuck
shit
him
out
up.
of him.
Yeah, he's gonna get fucked up.
The prison guards are going to beat the shit out of him.
Everybody's
Oh, and we
going to
saw
mess
a
him up.
video of
I'm not sure if it's him, by the way.
What,
That
Nicki
might be fake
Minaj's
news.
brother?
Nicki Minaj's brother.
We like fake news. Continue.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
there's a video that's been
F-drop.
put in our
Allegedly.
WhatsApp group of a fight or someone getting a beat down in prison, and it's supposedly Nicki Minaj's paedophile brother. And good for him.
I was about to ask that question. Do you think there's anything wrong with the inmates that are rapists, murderers, killers, thieves,
Some of the rapists get done as well.
beating? Yeah, they're gonna do as well. Beating the hell out of another inmate because of his crime.
No,
Do you think that's justified?
it's part of being in jail.
A paedophile is the lowest of the low.
Yeah.
You're the bottom of the food chain. If
crime-
you did
crime
that
culture.
and you go into jail, in general population, that's why they even keep some of them separate in it, because it's like
Because they know
once
their
you go to
life
jail,
is at
yes.
risk.
So are we saying
yes.
Yes, we are.
you're
Yes.
in
Prison law, yes.
prison law?
Have you ever watched a Family Guy with prison law? Sorry, guys. We'll talk about it after. The prison law, whatever.
What are you talking about?
There's a Family Guy one where they talk about prison law, yeah? And basically, there's one black man in there. And everybody, it's like this: if you beat up somebody for me, then I'm your bitch, basically. And you put like a cloth or something in their back pocket, innit? So
What's this?
Family Guy.
Family Guy.
So, no, not Family Guy. Sorry, American Dad.
It was
American Dad. It was American Dad because he kept shanking the wife.
Roger kept shanking.
Roger. It's the black guy. No, it's some black guy that came from prison, and he somehow, I don't know how he ended up in the guy, the American Dad's house, yeah? But the American Dad must have beat up somebody for the man. So then he became his prison bitch, yeah? That's how he became. So he put like a cloth in his back pocket and follows him around holding the cloth like they do in prison, yeah? But every time he saw the actual wife, he used to stab her in the stomach. He used to shank her in the stomach.
Find it on you.
He used to shank her in the stomach all the time. And then eventually somebody beat up Stan. No, that's it. There was a white woman in there that wanted a black child. No, wanted a baby with anyone.
Good grief.
She wanted a baby with anyone, and she was gonna go with the principal. I think it was to marry the principal, right? So in the end, she beat up somebody for the black man, and then he married her, and then gave her children. So that's how it went. But it was hilarious.
Family Guy and American Dad.
Let's do it after.
I won't lie, they are funny. But anyway, simple. Continue.
So I'm saying, like, do you reckon
prison rules,
prison laws, like, they determine how much of a scumbag you are by how much your
Life is
victim,
under threat.
No, how much your victim is able to. Because I would say that there's a hierarchy in it. So
How much your victim is what?
how much your victim is able to defend themselves. So with children, with paedophilia, the children really can't defend themselves. So that makes you the ultimate scumbag. The rapist of
I've always
women
said
they can't, because they're supposed to be less physically
I
strong.
kind of agree with you because I've always said you mess with the elderly and the children, you got to die, man.
Because those are the other people that get beat up in prison.
A lot of people
Elderly
get
and the
colds.
children.
Like, a lot of criminals have got colds, isn't it? No, like even the mafia. No women, no kids.
Yes.
Like no women. That's a code.
Yeah.
No women, no kids, and sometimes no family members if they're not involved. Like no women, no kids. Yeah. It's a thing, innit? It's a code.
Yeah,
so when
look at Tony Montana.
Yeah. So when these mans are saying no, you know.
They're kiddie fiddlers, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and they're like no women, no kids, bruv. And you get beat up for it.
And you get done.
All right. So collectively, Webbs. Sorry, that actor man. Come on. Let's wrap up with a collection of things. We'll bunch them all together before we finish. Before Wahala does his new piece, which I'm looking forward to, and it's gonna be called Racist Corner, because we have all these topics that just come under racism, and I want you to quick fire talk about each of them. All right. We have the West Ham. Football something or another. I don't know whether he was the
scout. Is it the scout?
Something to do with hiring new players.
Yeah, there's a football director of football at West Ham.
Okay, and he was sending an email saying he didn't want African players.
Chief of recruitment, sorry.
Okay, and we have the Italian racist that specifically ran down Africans
and shot
in Italy
and shot them.
Sorry, it was drive by. He wasn't running them over. Sorry, yes, they were driving around looking for blacks to shoot, and I think he got, was it 6 or 9 of them? Anyways, and then a big one. I don't know if you guys knew this, but there was an African Union meeting last week or the week before, where the heads of African states come together and discuss African business. Now, the building that they were using has been. Thank you.
Let him finish, man.
Was built and given to the African Union by the Chinese.
Okay.
And like Mr. Wood, it's bugged, and they found out that it was bugged. I haven't actually read the story yet, but I've read the little bits and bobs. I'm gonna put that all in Racist Corner, and now let you guys discuss it.
So we should have a Racist Corner, then we should have Sexual Assault Corner, because that seems to be coming up every week as well.
Right.
Okay, what's the first one?
The West Ham thing. I apart from on Twitter, I ain't seen that in the news. I don't know. I haven't been watching the news hardcore.
Well, he got fired now.
He got fired.
He got suspended.
He got suspended, but he got fired the next day. So straight away they got rid of him.
Yeah, because they had to.
It's not like, I don't see it as big news.
I don't understand why they're firing him, because that would have come from them.
Yeah, but you don't say, we did it. You get
That's
rid of him, innit?
That's why you fire him.
Yeah, and you pay money later on. It's like, keep him out close.
This policy is not new.
Yeah.
The policy is not new.
No, it's new to West Ham. Because they got bare African players.
That's what I'm saying. But the policy itself is not new. If you look up and down the country, you'll see that there's been loads of teams that have fallen very late to get that place. Yeah, Burnley.
Burnley being one of them.
Burnley was one of them.
Burnley don't have any black players.
They recruited 2 black players in January, and for the past maybe 2-3 seasons, they haven't had any black
They've
players.
got Aaron Lennon now, innit?
Yeah, Aaron Lennon and some next butter. So, he said that they misbehave or they cause problems. The biggest problem that they've had was Dimitri Payet. You get me? And he's French Mauritian or whatever. So
they cause mayhem.
Mayhem. I mean,
that was a transfer.
These guys,
but
it's mayhem.
And said something
Saka
about
went missing,
being rubbish in the winter as well.
Yeah, but it's they all cause problems. That's
man is put his own racial slur to it.
Maybe, but
rubbish in the winter.
I think actually
when it gets too cold, they can't play.
Everybody causes problems, whether you're black, white, Asian, or whatever.
Course. Look at
Joey Barton, and there's so many other players of all backgrounds that cause issues. So for him to say that is just blatant racism.
He did say like everyone. It's not racist. He used the actual term. It's not racist.
Of course it is.
At all. Sometimes they can have a bad attitude. He says they tend to cause mayhem. If he said if they don't get played when they want to get played, they cause mayhem.
All players.
And then when a person, because I don't know why this person kept, because whoever he was writing this to kept coming back with, because this is through an email.
Because
so he said
this is
he's a scout, isn't it? Is another person who's meant to be like an agent?
So yeah, he's head of transfers, and he's like, I don't want no African players. And the person is why? And he's like, oh, if they don't get what they want, they cause mayhem. He's like, are you sure about that? The man kept asking him more questions, and the plum kept answering instead of saying, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, but they probably got a relationship. They probably got a relationship that's been happening.
Clearly, this one leaked it.
What I don't understand, what I would say is this though.
He did say, if the Italians are this way and such and such and that
this
way, he went and picked other countries and said everyone has their own things. But the Africans, when they don't get their own way, they cause a group.
And he said that what sense happens, well, if you get a group of them all together, whatever country they are, it doesn't make the team unite. They all split, like the English sit with the English, the blacks sit with the blacks, the Italians sit with the Italians, and they all separate.
And there's 7 players of African descent in the West Ham
the
team
question
at the moment.
The question I asked myself is this: when he was saying that, I was thinking, so does he have a problem with the British black players? So is it black players or is it just Africans?
I think he was
said
quite
Africans.
specific saying Africans.
He said Africa.
So then, not to say that he's not racist, but is that racist? If he says to you, I have no problem with the black British boys, black ones. It's the Africans that got a problem with.
To be honest, if what he's saying is true,
which is not.
You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know.
I do know.
You can't know.
Okay. Let me rephrase it then. Let me rephrase it. If he's making that claim against 2 African people from African background, then I will say it's the same thing with Italians. It's the same thing with the French. It's the same thing with South Americans as well.
He didn't say they caused mayhem.
No, he said he said.
Look what Tevez done.
He said they caused their own.
Look what Tevez done when he left West Ham. He caused mayhem,
bro.
bruv.
Caused Tevez a black though still.
Bruv, he's from South America, innit? So he's not African. So for me, it's a whole load of bullshit.
I don't think a lot of people.
Let's
A lot
move
of
on, man.
people.
I don't wanna
A lot
talk
of people
about
said that about the South Americans though.
What was that?
Enough people said that about the South
That's
Americans.
what I'm saying.
They said they don't want to get South Americans, but they have to because they're the best players. But they don't really want them because.
Listen, mate.
Look at Bamiyang.
What was the other racist?
They all called me.
Because this is football and we're going off.
With the other topics,
The one about the Italian shooting
the
people.
Italian shooting.
See, that's the Italians
and
that
the
cause
African
trouble all over the
Union
place.
building.
The African Union builders is taking a piss.
That one is peak.
The African Union bid is not a surprise.
The Chinese are trying to take over, Africa, and you're giving it to them.
Yes.
I don't know why you would let the Chinese people build you a whole building and then be like, oh yeah,
People
thank
want
you very
anything for
much.
free, innit?
Bug the computers,
People want.
Would you
anything
let?
for free,
You know what I
bro.
mean? It's like imagine you gonna let another country's government build your main president's
looking
house.
Well, they're letting them build the roads. They're letting them build the railway. They're letting them come in and build the country.
And the reason why they're doing that is because they want somewhere to house the Chinese.
Who wants?
The Chinese want somewhere to house the Chinese.
No, the Chinese are going to take over. I don't.
We are saying the same thing.
There is too many Chinese
I
people
think
in
it's
China,
China's
and there is not enough room
But
somewhere.
they have their
And they
one
need to
child-
put them somewhere.
They have their one-child rule.
And so,
That's gone now.
No, it's still there. The way it works is you can have one child, and basically it's like
You have to ask
a
for
social service kind of thing. If you have a second child, you're on your own. So basically, rich people can afford to have more than one child. If you're poor and you live off some sort of social
That
service,
hasn't slowed it down, though, Stav. They need somewhere to put their population. Bruv.
and Africa is prime.
They've taken the Caribbean already.
have they?
Yes.
More or less.
Listen, we told you about the Chinese in the Caribbean. Don't think that you can't see a Chinese just speaking one
But
patois to you,
they've been
you know?
there
Oh,
for-
Bumbleclaw.
They've been there for a long time, though.
Yeah, the
They've been
Chinese
there
been
for a long time.
They've been there for a long time, but they've taken over now.
As they've been in Africa for ages as well.
When I went to Nigeria and I saw Chinatown, I was like, what the hell is this?
Is a Chinatown everywhere though?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just didn't expect to be there. But Nigerians are anyway, I said that Nigerians are the Chinese of Africa anyway, so it's not really a big thing. There should be Nigeria time everywhere we go as well.
There should. We should have a place in every city that you go to.
There are a
Imagine.
few little Nigerians
You
everywhere.
the smile that came in the face and the joy that was in my heart when just I had the thought of a Nigeria town. I would go there and eat, bust joke, and pinch girls' bottoms. I'm only joking. And just enjoy ourselves, yeah? Oh, man.
But there is one in every country. There's one in every planet.
No, there's
Nigeria's already in Mars.
There's Peckham.
Nigeria's already in
Peckham.
Mars.
There's
Nigeria
Peckham.
and Chinese have both got their stalls out in one thing.
Just waiting for customers.
Nigerians are selling cloth and Chinese are
Yes,
selling food.
There's Peckham, but I'm talking about. I want there to be a strip that is just full of Nigerians.
But they call it Niger Town.
Yeah,
Niger Town. I like that.
and it's
Yeah,
like
welcome to Niger
that's
Town.
like that's your destination spot.
you take
Like
me to
Nigerian tourists go to Nigeria Town.
So you got that'd be wicked. And then so you got a section that does the food, you got a section that does the cloth and everything there. You got tailors and all the right, all in the same Niger Town.
Nollywood cinema.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be wicked, man.
Culture.
a proper Nigerian experience.
I want to know
Arts.
how the
Yeah.
other.
You can go there and buy the people that are gonna mourn for when people die.
Do you think the
know
other
where to
African
go.
countries will be upset about it? If Nigerians just had their own same way? Do you think that anybody, the other like Japan, other places in the Orient are upset about the Chinese town?
Japan, no, because Japan's got the same thing.
Where's Japan town?
They don't have a Japan town per se, but everywhere you go, they have an area where there's just Japanese food. Sushi.
The
rolls.
Italians have it. The Chinese have it.
Italian town. Where?
No, they call it
Little
Little
Italy.
Italy.
Little
have
Italy,
Little
where?
Italy.
In America, innit?
In America, a few
different
other
places.
places.
And it's Spanish have it in certain places. as
Oh,
well.
Spanish, yeah. The Spanish are much there, yeah.
But I'm talking about in an informal way. 'cause-
Spanish Harlem.
But anyways, that brings us to the end of the podcast. Do you want to do your thing now, or do you want to do it when you're doing your?
No, I don't know. I'm calling it Fat Watch.
Fat watch.
Fat Watch.
So this is a wholly personal thing.
Yes.
Go on, I think
I'm gonna hold myself accountable. So if I do it online, then I have to do
Why
it.
is it a personal thing? You're fat too.
Well, when you listen to what he's got to say,
So it's fat watch, not fatwa.
Fat Watch. No, not Fatwa. Jeez. No, Fat Watch. Right. So I'm on this thing regularly at the moment. Simple Simon knows. Them man knowing it. I'm on this thing at the moment. I'm trying to lose the weight that I gained.
Well done.
Right. So when I was at my peak, was on about a 118. I'll say
This is when you broke his ribs.
that was about 118 them times. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
118 what?
Kilograms.
How much is that in pounds?
I don't know about that. That's 118 kilograms. Let's not start going into what
Times
it is
2.2.
No, because people kind of go
Let
with
them
that.
Google it, innit? Wow. So
That's 240 odd.
Pounds.
I'm like a wrestler, innit?
Damn.
Mark Henry is them not like to call me. Big up Yums. So yeah. So at my highest, I was 132. So I started doing a
calorie controlled diet. Sorry.
calorie control diet, and I've been going back to the gym a bit better than I was beforehand.
More regularly, you mean?
Yeah, more regularly and going a bit harder. Okay. So basically, I got this smartwatch that I was cussing everybody for having, saying that this is the most stupid thing. Why did anybody get a smartwatch? And now I'm obsessed with mine. And I've got a lot of fitness trackers and stuff like that on there to, heart rate monitors and blah, blah, blah. So I'm going into trying to lose weight. So I'm going to hold myself accountable on the podcast for a weekly update on my fat watch until I become less fat, because I don't think I'm going to get to a point where I'm never fat.
Yeah, but you have to give us a baseline now.
Right, so my top, so we go from when I started, which is 132. So I started about 3 weeks ago, I think hard, 132 hours. I am now 127.5.
Okay.
Right? So today what day would the podcast coming out on this thing? It'll be
the podcast will be
On the
released
6th. On the 7th.
on the 6th.
Tuesday the 6th.
on
Tuesday the 6th of February 2018.
I'm 127.5. So hopefully the next week, which will be the 14th, Valentine's Day, pick up
13th.
yourselves. 13th, sorry. I would hope to have lost some more kilograms. But I'm going to hold myself accountable. So every week, if I forget, one of you guys ask me how fat I am.
Do you have a number you want to reach for next week?
I would suggest you don't do that.
I don't know. Yeah,
I would
Especially
suggest.
not a weekly number.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
trying to get down to.
I would suggest maybe in the next 3 to 6 months that you have
So-
a target.
Yeah,
told you,
what is your
120.
what is your target? 120.
120.
You don't want to get back to 118.
No, 120.
120.
120 is what I'll be happy with, and then anything below that, it'll be a bonus.
So when you get to 120, you're not gonna look to lose more, because even at 120, you were still big.
Yeah, but I was happy with that big.
I would suggest you lose more.
Has anyone created?
I was saying I won't lose more.
All right, Dr. Phil.
But I was all right with being 120.
Has anyone created the application that allows you to track your sexual performance to see whether you worked harder this time or not?
Probably the same person that did the sex contract.
Which sex contract?
That one you guys were talking about.
But you have to sign before you can bang.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
But your heart rate monitor could take the sex thing.
No, but I mean, like, you know,
About
the algorithm has to be set specifically
just
for
put
it.
it like let's put it on the workout.
You did good.
Put it on.
You ever done that?
Put it on rowing.
Has anyone put their heart rate monitor thing whilst they're doing the thing?
I probably have, but I wouldn't even have known that. I
haven't-
wouldn't have thought about
I
it.
haven't purposely done it. That's interesting.
I don't take my
Very.
watch off until I bath anyway. So
Very interesting.
I'm gonna try it tonight.
Go on and let us know how many calories you burn, bro.
hit it. Yeah. So that's my thing. Fat watch. So anybody every week, one of you guys remember to ask me how fat I am.
All right.
Do you know what? Sorry to cut you. Your sister, she's known for doing her stuff in the gym, innit? I remember you've mentioned it before. Yeah, and I get that you have got that. When you're fully committed to going to the gym, you go, bruv. You do your thing 3-4 times a week, and you have man like Dean always cussing you, innit?
Fuck him.
He said, "I never know a man who goes to the gym so many times and he's still fat."
With his
You
arthritis
get me?
penis. Fuck him.
So my thing is, if you're doing your thing properly, you get me? I'm talking about hardcore shit. Then you could actually lose quite a bit, and a lot more. They'll go a lot lower than 120.
It's not the gym.
It's your diet.
It's the
isn't it?
food.
It's a combination of the two, bro.
Nah, I was going gym. So it's the food.
He goes mad. He
But
goes mad.
it's
Yeah,
all
but-
three.
yeah,
It's
but-
got to be
yeah,
your,
but he's
your
doing a
rest,
lot of-
your rest pattern, your eating
You
pattern,
have
as
to.
well as
You
your
also have to
gym
remember he doesn't want. You don't think he's trying to go for ultra slim. He
Yeah, I
doesn't
don't
want
wanna
to be
be
slim.
slim. I never want to be slim.
No, I'm not talking about
I've got clothes, bruv.
ultra slim. I'm just talking about a weight that is healthy. You get me? Because
wanna be fat.
because when you well, if you want to be fat, then
I wanna be big at least anyway.
You want to be a healthy fat.
Imagine me skinny and I'm still going around
No,
with
you
a big
won't be
person,
skinny,
a
bruv.
big person's
You
mentality.
could never be
People will
skinny.
be taking a piss out of me daily, boy. Because being big gets you out of shit,
I'm just worried that if he got smaller, his head wouldn't get any smaller, so it would just be one big head on
I
top.
don't have a
of
big
the
head.
Be
skinny
falling
one.
over
My
all
head
the
is not
time.
large.
Yeah, it wouldn't it? But like, oh.
Use predator head.
Boy,
All right.
I'd like to take him through his paces still. Get the skipping rope.
I don't like the way that sounds.
Yeah, that's how.
In the
See
gym,
with
bruv.
your dry head.
I still need to see you play
Skipping
football, bruv. You need to come and
Bruv,
play football with us
Listen,
one time.
the first
Let me
week,
move you out of the way.
the second week, it'll probably take me about 2 months to get up to speed with because there's a difference between being fit, which I'm not particularly fit right now, and actually being sharp for football.
So when you say you want to put me up my speeds, what do you mean? Do you mean like cardio?
Proper.
Because you're not talking about weights, because you know I'll shame you.
Yeah, no, because as a weight trainer, you have got that lock in it. But in terms of cardio and skipping is
I can skip.
now, bruv, there's a difference in skipping and a skipping workout, a proper one.
I used to do it with the box exercises that I used to do.
Yes,
So I used to do the skipping, but I mean like the actual gym, not the one not with not my heavy bag at home. But yeah, okay. One day.
one day, man.
Okay.
Me, you, yums.
All right. So,
As Stav.
seeing as you've been
Yes.
talking, leave me. I've got asthma. Leave me out of it. Seeing as you've been talking, well, you might as well do your church notes.
At Big Wahala on Insta, at Big Wahala on Twitter. Once again, we're at One Stop Dreadlock Shop. One Stop Dreadlock on Insta and on Twitter. Go see the work. Anybody's looking to be a natural hairstylist, holla. There's chairs available.
Mr. Wolf.
Mr. Wolf, aka Mr. Wolf on Insta, Twitter, aka _ Mr. Wolf.
In fact, let me do my one next. Stavros Boss at Stavros Boss everywhere, and Stavros Says, my segment where I discuss something that I suggest to you this week is something called Letterboxd. Any of you heard of it before?
No.
It's a app or website. It's a social network website basically for film buffs. So myself and the actor are fans of film. Everybody here is fans of film basically. What you do is you can use it as a diary to record your options about films. You can rate films, review them and tag them there. You can have it as when you watch the film, where you watch them. You can compare them with other people. You can make a list of you can put a compilation of films that you feel people should watch. So, for instance, I might have must-watch films that people don't know about, and the ones with Bill Cosby and Sidney Poitier. People don't know these films, man, and I'll put that up there and say these are films that you must. People don't know these films.
They don't
know these films. Okay. So stuff like that, favorite film. So it's called Letterboxd. It's letter and then BOXD. And so I'll post that on social media. That is my recommendation of the week. Stavros says this week. That Actor.
What's going on, people? It's your boy, The Actor. Catch me on Twitter, The Actor. Instagram, The Actor. I would like to give a big up and shout out to Cot Films. That's COTT Film.
Yeah, big them up.
Check out Cot Film. We shot it in 7 days and 7 nights. A feature film, UK drama, first of its kind.
First of its name.
All new actors. No one you would have seen before. So we're all on social media. Hashtag COTT Film. Check out the website. There's a competition. So it's cotfilm.com.
What's the competition?
The competition is to win a cinema pass for a month and starting it Valentine's Day for Valentine's Day special movies.
Okay. Well, you guys doing your monologue now? Are you still crying?
No.
All right, bitch.
Simple
I wanted
Simon.
participation and none of y'all wanted to participate.
Simple Simon.
At Simple Simon FB on Twitter. Got one recommendation this week. It's a book by the title Love Don't Come Easy, The Modern Struggle. It's a book written by Fatima Mahadi. It's about relationships from the young person's point of view. So I think we've had something similar in the past. I can't remember what it was called, but just basically takes a screenshot of the landscape of dating and social interaction now. Very good book.
Can I just say, Fatima, as a woman's name, is the strongest woman's name, I think, ever.
When you say strongest, what do you mean?
It just has a strength about
It sounds like you're a powerful person.
Okay.
It just, like, you don't mess with Fatima. She will take the lawyers to you and strip you of your house.
I'm very juvenile because I just think she's probably fat.
Also a name that has that type of strength. Winifred. Winifred always sounds
But
like
Winifred is an old person.
Aggie person. Aggie old person. Winifred.
Anyways, you can catch Eloquently Saying Nothing on all our social medias at ESN Podcast. That's Twitter and Instagram. You can search for us Eloquently Saying Nothing on Facebook. ESNpodcast.com. You'll find us there. And please go on to SoundCloud and iTunes and rate and review us. That brings us up the chart and allows more people to find us. Is there anything else before we go? Nope. Wonderful. Thank you guys for tuning in. Episode 58 is done.
Big up your chest.
Yeah. Next week I've got I'll say that for next week. Yeah. So thank you for listening. Peace.
Remember, people, if you ain't saying nothing, say it well.
Slag for life. I know that we said we were going to try and make this shorter, but
My chest is hurt.
you're the one that said, you're the one that was bang on it. You bang on making it short.
Yeah, I was predestination.
Yeah, I thought you were rubbish the way you're talking about.
No, I said I got it from the beginning.
He didn't get it. No, he got part of it from the beginning. He kept sticking it down like, yeah, but there's more to it.
I got the bit.
No, he didn't get the most important.
It is the most important bit.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Mr. Wolf, can you hear us? Can you
We're gonna spoil it. Because we're talking about it. Majority of the people